Welcome everybody to our latest session of the Empire of the Ghouls. What we will do, as we usually do, is a quick recap of what occurred last session, and then we will get underway with today's session. So, team, you'll probably recall when we started off last week, you guys picked up the session in the Rampant Roach. You were taking care of some odds and ends. You had kind of grouped up there after your most recent forays into the Temple of Morena. You had rescued the poor blacksmith's daughter, Rosalind Turner, who had been held captive there. So you had returned her, spent the night in Zobek, returned to the Rampant Roach that morning with the idea of heading back to the Temple of Morena to see what else was there and kind of clean up some loose ends. You did decide, however, to make your way over to the Kobold Ghetto and speak with Kodo Cragclaw, the king of the kobolds there, or that kobold king, I should say, to let him know that you had successfully accomplished what he tasked you to do, which essentially was clear Brick's name. So you made your way there. The king was very effusive in his praise of you. He awarded you the gold coins that he previously agreed to pay you for having accomplished this task. And there was also the possibility you could have winged another magic item out of him, but unfortunately the persuasion dice weren't with you on that one. But nonetheless, he was very happy with your work and let you know that he was, generous and hoped things worked well. You guys let him know that if he wanted to essentially hire your team at any time to do stuff, you would be around. He asked what your group name was. You guys said you didn't have one, but to reach out to you at the Rampant Roach, because that's sort of your mini headquarters, you might say, or at least a good place to get a hold of you. So he was satisfied with that answer. You guys then did a little bit of chatting amongst yourselves before you decided to make your way back to the Temple of Morena. As far as the path that you took to get there, however, you'll remember that your first time going there, you went through the section of the cartways, then you went into the catacombs, exited the catacombs back into another section of the cartways, and then followed that into the Temple of Morena. So this time, instead, you spoke with Skick and Skack, the two kobold allies of Brick, and they were able to put their heads together and essentially give you a better route to get you more quickly to the Temple of Morena based on the information you had provided to them. You guys took that path into the cartways, essentially another location from the Kobold Ghetto that gets you into the cartways. Once you did, you started taking the path that Skick and Skack let you know about. A couple of your team members noticed a figure being dragged, so you quickly tried to hurry that way and see what the commotion was about, eventually finding yourself off a distance in a hallway looking at what appeared to be a ghoul dragging an unconscious woman down a narrow hallway. You guys leapt into action, chasing after the ghoul, with Vigo turning into a lion and taking the battle to the ghoul. The ghoul tried to get away as best it could, sort of fleeing through this open doorway, leaving the woman behind, and then you guys started trekking on through, particularly Grim, who burst through very courageously and valorously, trying to take the fight to that lone single ghoul. But unfortunately, the ghoul had some ghoulish allies lying in wait for just such an event. And as Grim burst through, he found himself being attacked by multiple ghouls, quickly fell victim to their very notable feature of paralysis, and found himself, unfortunately, at the wrong end of hungry ghouls chomping into him with their vicious teeth. He was wounded very, very badly, dropped to the ground within an inch of his life, 2 failed death saves, everything was looking bad. But luckily, with all of your teamwork put together, you guys did manage to defeat these ghouls using some magic to drop upon them, both a moonbeam and a cloud of daggers. Really did the best you could defeating them. With that out of the way, you guys took some time to recuperate a bit, knowing that Grim just suffered some pretty big wounds here. You searched around a little bit in this area, found one open little tiny room, and then found 2 other rooms that had locked doors. One of the locked doors had basically nothing really of interest in it. The other one, you did find a piece of paper that was pinned to the wall that seemed to be of some interest. I believe Zach's the one that took that with Mage Hand and sort of investigated it, and I believe eventually just put that rolled up on his person. You guys then made your way, following the instructions of Skick and Skack, back to the Temple of Morena. Once you got there, you found yourself in the very deadly area where you've lost 2 team members so far, with this pile of bones just outside the entrance of the temple. You pushed on in, scouted out the western side of the temple first, looking to see if you could find where those previous people had fled to. You remember one of the blonde twins had mentioned something about his other twin going to a portal. You guys searched around for that, found a secret passage, and presumed there must be something there, but couldn't find anything out of the ordinary. You kind of swooped around then and eventually found yourself in two different rooms, both that contained these red glass golems. They were like crystal statues or glass statues that looked very seductive, you could say. They were obviously very much dedicated to the lustful cult ideas. As you entered the room, the glass golem animated and attacked your party. You were able to find that it was particularly vulnerable to bludgeoning damage, but when you used bludgeoning damage, it would shatter a bit and glass shards would fling out to nearby opponents. You guys defeated one and then a second one. Knowing the sort of the tricks, you might say, the second one went much quicker as we realized that that wasn't going to be too much of an exciting battle and didn't really pose much of a threat now that you're level 3. So yeah, we kind of fast-tracked that battle. You guys then pushed on a little bit and found yourself moving to the east side of the very large chamber of the temple, and you're continuing to explore. So team, that is my quick recap. Anything I missed, anybody would like to add?
There was a big, ugly pool of blood in the main room, and Barnaby or someone had the chalice and went to get some stuff in the chalice. There was some magic emanating from the blood fountain, is what I imagined it, on the north side of that giant main and chamber.
Yes, indeed. Go ahead and take inspiration for that recap edition, Grim. Anybody else have anything to add?
At the start of last session, I asked the party if they had any specific burial rites or anything that they would like to concern themselves with. Everyone pretty much said no, do whatever is quickest and easiest, except for Braddock, who said that he would like his loot to go to a man named Xavier.
Yes, good addition as well. Archgill, getting the funeral rites documented, always a good thing, especially in this group, right?
I believe
Anything?
Zach also asked for a parade and a bard to sing a song about.
Parade and bard.
I chopped that up as sarcasm, so.
Oh no, he's serious.
That's in the margin somewhere, right?
I'll put that down. I already have inspiration as well, so if somebody would like that, they can have it.
I'll take it if nobody else wants it.
There you go.
Alrighty, folks. Well, if that is all the recap additions, let's go ahead and get you guys back over to where we left off, pulling you guys over to the Temple of Morena.
I don't know why I'm concentrating on anything. Let me remove it. Try and do my Bill voice. Gotta practice.
Yes, Barnaby.
By the way, I feel really exhausted. Do you know the new rules? It's -2 from any D20 roll. I don't think that's fair.
I don't
Oh,
know.
and my speed is 5 feet less too.
Yes, that is true.
Ugh.
Yeah, quit complaining. We'll get out of
If
here
you-
soon enough.
If you want,
I'm complaining.
you can ride on my back.
Oh, that's a good idea. Come here, kitty.
Wait, no, not you. Barnaby. Isn't he the exhausted one? Or are you exhausted?
I just look this way all the time, but yeah, I'm actually exhausted. Remember, I went down, actually unconscious.
Well, I felt more comfortable when it was Barnaby.
He'll chuckle. I'm fine. If today's the day, then today's the day.
Hard to be sneaky with you guys. Keep exploring. And Brack start heading down the hallway here. I guess pause at this door to the south to see if you can hear anything the other side of the door.
Throw me a perception check. You don't hear anything, Braddock, but you do get a very awful smell. It smells like death.
Ugh. Not that unusual for down here. There seems to be lots of dead things that both stay dead and still keep moving. Could mean there's foes on the other side, though. Glory, you want to head in first?
You do that hand thing again.
I'll cast
thing?
Mage Hand. And if I can, I will try to open the door with it.
The door opens. As
What's in
more
it?
of you are standing here now and this smell of death is permeating, you're kind of sniffing, kind of moving around, fidgeting a little bit, you realize it's coming from the north door.
It got worse as we moved across the hallway. I think it's coming from behind us.
Alright, I'll try to open that one too. And I will attempt to Mage Hand open that door.
Feel free to open it. No, the door does not open to your mage hand.
I think it's locked.
Not for long, it's not. Braddock will hunker down to pick the lock.
Okay, go ahead and throw me a Thieves' Tools check as you pull those out and begin tinkering with the locking mechanism here, trying to unlock it. The Thieves' Tools work, but you stab it with your rapier anyway, seeing if that helps. Doesn't seem to, but the Thieves' Tools has unlocked the door.
Check it for
I'm not
traps
sure
before
how-
you open it.
As
like
the
there's been a
sound
trap.
of your tinkering with the lock here and the locking mechanism drops, you can hear a muffled voice coming from the other side of the door. It's hard to make out exact words, but you think you hear, "They're coming."
I think they know that we're here.
I'll motion Zach to use his hand.
I will try it again.
All right, as the mage hand opens the door, I'm going to give you a quick description of what you see in there, those of you that are close enough. This chamber is bedecked with pillowed divans and plush ottomans which surround a bed. Beneath the satin sheets, a flaxen-haired elf-marked woman lies beside the body of a human.
Are you all right?
You call this out, and you see her move her head lazily and look out the doorway towards you. And she says, "They're coming. Unless you wish to face them, go away."
Where might they be coming from?
Her eyes look upward and around as her head sort of spins a bit to take in the ceiling.
There might be enemy on the ceiling.
Who's in there?
Oh, woman. Another person doesn't look like they're alive. The woman doesn't look so good.
Ask him who them is.
Who is coming?
Her eyes lower back towards you once again, Glory, and she says, "The darkness."
He says the darkness.
certainly doesn't sound good. Should we just close the door and be on our way? We no need to intrude. Seems like a intimate moment there.
She is one of this cult. We must question.
Sure. After you.
Glory, as you step through the doorway, you notice some rapid movement very quickly from the edges of the room. You see the darkness of the shadow seems to seep forward. You notice shadows kind of emerge from under this doorway and under this doorway, and quickly you see some come around her body as well. I'm going to go ahead and put us into initiative order as timing might be important here. And I'm not sure if they fixed the script yet or not, so let's give it a shot. If not, then I'm going to ask you guys to roll manually. Just hold one moment. We'll see if this works. Oh, okay. It looks like it might actually be working now. Let me make sure this added your mods appropriately. It sure looks like it. Okay, so those of our team members with alert, feel free to ask if you would like to swap.
I think I'm good.
Good.
All right, no swaps necessary. So we will move to the top of the round here with Zach.
All right, I'll move down 5, 10, so I can see what's going on. Okay, I don't really see anything, so I'm going to ready an action to like basically blast something with Sorcerer's Burst if there appears to be like a hostile action happening.
Okay.
And
All
that'll
right.
end my turn.
Before Grimm's turn, those shadows that seem to suffuse the ground, one of them, or at least a collection of them, seems to congeal into a more physical form. Zach, if that triggers your ready to action, feel free to make it.
It doesn't seem like it's hostile yet, or is this thing like evidently hostile? If it is, I'll attack it. If it's not, I'll wait until something like actually hostile happens.
I would say there's no way to detect hostility just from shadows conforming, right? Like you don't see it. It doesn't have like an angry face or anything like that. It's just shadowy.
Okay, yeah, I'll continue to hold that action until something more like an act of combat happens.
All right, fair enough. That shadowy form moves forward to Glory and is going to attack him. So if that triggers your ready to action, you can do that after this action, which triggers yours. So Glory, as this shadowy form moves towards you, it is going to reach out, swiping its hand at you. Oof, that was on Whisper. That was a critical. Okay, here comes Public. Hopefully that's not a critical again. No, that is going to miss. All right, and then we will move to Zach. Do you want that to trigger your action?
Yes.
All right, so
So,
you're firing through Grim with some cover there. Go ahead and make your attack. 18,
yeah,
that'll
just-
hit.
Okay, and then I'll try to use this macro I set up. There goes. Psychic 5 damage.
Okay, yes, the magic seems to move through the shadowy form, damaging it. Okay, Grim, you are up next.
Archtail. I just saw Zach shoot his burst in there. I think they're in trouble again.
Sounds good.
I'm gonna go 5. 10. 15, 20. I'll go 25 to there, and then I am going to drink my healing potion. And I'll do that after I end my turn.
All right, just as a reminder, drinking a potion in 2024 now is a bonus action. Did you want to do anything with your action?
Yes, thank you for the reminder. I am going to take the dodge action.
Okay, Lion, you are up.
Okay. Push past. Is it possible for me to get into the room with how people are?
I would say you're going to have to squeeze. How much movement do you have left? I would say if you've got 20 feet of movement left, you could go on top of the bed, essentially.
I moved from 1, 2, 3. I actually have just 15 feet of movement left.
Okay, so then unfortunately, you cannot move into that space and stay there. Actually, I don't think you can move in there, period, because you're one size larger, not two. So, no, you can't move into Glory space.
Okay. So I guess from there, I'm going to Starry Wisp the shadow.
Okay. Yeah, that'll certainly hit. All right, that damage seems to be particularly effective to the shadowy form.
Okay. And then I guess is it difficult terrain to move through the people? Are my companions or no?
No. So moving through people isn't difficult terrain, but the like staying in the space you can only do if you're two sizes larger. You're only one size larger. So usually we just say you can move through, but you don't have 20 feet of movement to move through to a space that's open freely. So if you moved in 10, you'd be sharing a space and you'd be ending your turn like that, which you can't do.
Gotcha. So I'm gonna keep moving south then in that case. So
East, okay, sure.
oh yeah, east and get to there with the 15 feet.
That'll work.
And that's the end of my turn.
All right, this body does nothing. Glory.
All right. As a bonus action, I'm going to use Celestial Revelation to sprout heavenly wings.
Okay.
And attacks will do an extra radiant damage equal to my proficiency. And I'm going to attack the shadow.
Okay. Yeah, 17 will hit. That will
Plus,
weaken the shadow.
2 radiant damage.
All right, that will more effectively wound the shadow.
I'll move down here and my turn.
Okay, before Archgale's turn, more shadows seem to move from the other side of the room. And it is then going to move up to here and swipe out at you, Glory. 23, that's going to connect. Okay, so you will take 5 points of necrotic damage, and then you will lose 3 points of strength. So you can cut that necrotic damage down to 2, but then 3 points of strength drained. All right, Archgale, your turn.
Right, so 5, 10, 15, just to go around the corner. See what we got here. Which room did Glory go into? Where were we at?
Door to our left,
To the left, got it.
which is from our character's point of view.
Got it.
Yeah, north, technically.
Okay, so 15, 25, so 20, 25, 30. Ooh, I can just kind of see him there. Is that a shadow that is sitting in the doorway there?
It is certainly a shadowy form, yes.
Oh, okay. All right, I will cast Guiding Bolt at it.
All right, feel free to cast your guiding bolt spell. 17, yeah, that'll hit.
Okay.
Okay, oh, I thought that was the damage. 28 total damage there since it is vulnerable. Yeah, so you will see the shadowy form is just utterly destroyed by this radiant energy, dispelling it completely.
And that is action. Anything else worthy doing? Not at this moment. All right, I end my turn.
Okay, Braddock.
Well done, Archscale. Braddock will move up and see the one. This is the one shadowy figure here. Yeah. He'll throw first set of. He manifests the first blade in his primary hand and throw it.
20 will hit.
Away.
The blade flashes into it, wounding it.
Okay. And as a bonus action, he'll throw the opposite one.
An 8 will
Which will be a
miss.
And then he will move back. Oops. Where he was. And then my turn.
Okay, Barnaby.
Okay, I'm gonna move up. I have 10. Oh, I'm supposed to count and not in fives. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see. I can see some stuff. I see this guy in the corner for an EB.
Currently sharing a square. Oh, you want to shoot that square? Okay. Just keep in mind
Yeah,
you're
I'm gonna
currently
shoot-
sharing a square, so you will be attacking at disadvantage.
Wait, isn't that glory that you're aiming at?
Shh, he
Yeah, it
doesn't
is.
know that.
No, it is. Yeah, I don't see. I see this guy.
That person
I'm
is
gonna eat-
laying in a bed.
Ooh. What are you guys doing in here?
The shadow
Right.
monsters. Get the
The
shadow monsters.
shadow monsters.
Well, I guess I can see this guy. I can't really. It's just the bottom of his circle. So I'm gonna ready my EB at him. If a creature comes that I can see, because I'm sure I have to see him for an EB.
Yes.
Yeah. So then I'm gonna ready to action for an EB when I see an enemy.
All right. You will notice, Gloria, as more of these shadows are suffusing, this woman suddenly flashes her eyes open wide, and you can see darkness seems to fill her pupils. She throws the sheet off of her, sliding out of the bed, moving to here, closing the door. Then you'll see she motions with her hand, and suddenly this spear manifests in front of you. As it manifests in front of you, it is going to pierce forward, trying to hit you. $13, that is going to miss. You are then going to see she wraps her arm around the door, holding it tight. Zach.
Move up closer, and I will try to open the door.
Give me an athletics check, please.
Okay.
You are unable to open the door as you can feel it held tight on the other side.
The door's blocked. I can't do anything else, so I will over here, actually. Where I can still see, but It looks like the grid won't let me exactly. So I'll be in this room, and that'll end my turn.
All right, back to that Shadow's turn. It is going to swipe at you, Glory. 20. That is going to connect. So that's going to be 4 radiant cut down, or 4 necrotic, sorry, cut down to 2, and then 2 more strength drain. All right, and that is its turn. We will move to Grim.
Why is the door closed? 5,
Grim, get that door open.
10. Can I try to open the door from here, Adam?
Sure, using your action to try to open the door. Give me an athletics check.
Athletics with advantage because I'm a champion fighter.
Oh, nice. Yes, you manage to grab onto the door and push it open, throwing it open.
Okay. $15 to there. Okay, I'm going to commit suicide, but our friend's getting his ass handed to him. That's what I do. 15. I'm in the room. And
You're dancing around the spectral spear that seems to phase in and out of your body.
great. Action surge. Because why die with an action surge in pocket, right?
Good rule to live by.
All right, and then I'm going to go attack the guy that's almost dead.
Oh, he's already dead, but you can try to destroy him.
This guy?
Well, he's undead, so.
Oh, I was just saying. Okay, here we go.
13, yes, that will connect. All right, yes, you swing at that shadow stuff, and that seems to be enough to disperse it.
All right, that's 15. I'm going to. I think that's all I can do. All right. I don't want to hold this door. Does the door go in or out?
In.
Okay. The hinge on Glory's side.
I didn't get too
Sorry.
technical with this.
Yeah.
Assume that you pushed it back. She kind of stumbled backwards, and the door is all the way flat against the wall now, so it's not currently blocking anything.
All right, so 10, 15, 20. Then I'm going in the room further. There we go. That's 25.
All right, Lion.
All right. The lion will jump over here. And who's this person like directly in front of me here?
That looks to be a woman with shadowy pupils in her eyes.
She's the one who was holding the door.
All right. That means the lion's going to try to attack her.
That does not get through the doorway.
There.
Neither does that, as your kitty claws get caught on the wood of the door.
I'm too big. And I guess I will hold there. And that's the end of my turn.
All right, this body still does nothing. Glory.
If I go for the body, can I try to, say, lop its head off or something?
Sure, yeah. It doesn't not moving at all, so you don't think it would take too much effort to slice its head off.
I'm going to do that.
All right, so make an attack roll. Basically, if you hit it, we'll call this a critical hit. 13, yeah, that'll work. Go ahead and post crit damage. I don't think it's going to matter too much. I'm looking for about 10 points to take it. Ooh, okay, maybe not. Throw another D10.
Can I do the
Yeah,
savage
yeah.
attacker?
Yep, yeah, you got that macro, but just throw a regular D10 since you already posted one, and we'll take the higher of the two. Okay, and then is that not adding your strength for some reason?
Strength drain.
He's been
Strength.
drained.
Strength drain.
Oh,
yeah.
right. Gee, I totally forgot that already. Okay,
So it'd be 8 plus 2 radiant.
all right, that's good enough for me. All right, the head is lopped off. The body seems even less there than it was.
That's all he can do with those weak arms now.
All right, Archgale.
So this will be 5, 10, 15. Oh, is the door... Never mind. Wait, I think
The
I
door
got
is
it.
basically in the middle of 2 squares, which makes it a little bit tricky.
So can I move... Can I actually do this like from here and then move diagonally inwards?
You can, yep.
Okay, so 5, 10, 15,
That'll work.
and... Okay, and then 20? Okay, this isn't exactly the place I want to be, but you know what? That's okay. Let's go ahead and cast Sacred Flame on the lady here.
All
Since
right,
she's like the one here, right?
looks like it. Here comes a deck save. 10, that's going to fail. Go ahead and post Sacred Flame damage. Hey, the concentration script's working. All right, she succeeds on concentration.
And wow, Lori actually doesn't look that beat up. All right,
Yeah,
cool.
Adam, did you take the damage off?
I did, yes.
Wow. Come on, boys. He's a tough one.
Braddock.
So there's kind of a lion in the doorway, which is
Don't you hate that when you're trying to get somewhere and there's just a lion in your way?
Tell me about it.
Yeah, so problematic. I think I might pivot to here though, rather than back against the wall. I have a line of sight through the door. Is that? I see most of her token.
Yeah, you can fire from there. Yeah, you're trying to shoot past the swishing lion tail. I'm going to give her cover, but yeah, go ahead and make a shot.
Try really hard to not hit the lion. It's usually advised. Let's see.
16, that is going to be enough as your psychic blade slides through that open space, crashing into her.
And I can still sneak attack that because I got an ally there.
She takes the damage, still maintaining concentration.
I'll bonus action throw the other one. Hey, that one hit finally.
It sure does.
It rolls for a lot less though.
All right, that strikes into her once again, but her mind is like a fortress.
I think Braddock's gonna stay here. Actually, take a bit of a risk, but he's gonna leave himself here. Yeah, my turn.
Okay, Barnaby.
Okay, I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3. Packed weapon rapier, and paladins can do stuff, don't they? Don't they like do with smites? Is it divine smite? What does spell be parried?
Smites are
You got
spells
bonus
now.
action.
Right, they're spells now. I think you have to. Don't you have to declare those ahead of time? I can't remember if that's the new way.
I think you cast the bonus action spell of the smite, right?
Double checking now. That sounds right though.
Yeah, bonus action, divine smite.
Oh, but you don't have to declare it until after you hit. So it's a bonus action, which you take immediately after hitting a target. So you can still decide after you hit if you want. It's a bonus action now, so you can't like use them over and over with multiple attacks.
All right, roger that. Okay, packed weapon rapier. Let's
21
go.
certainly will hit.
Smite.
All right, so go ahead and post your packed rapier damage. Okay, and then go ahead, smite. All right, so 17 total. Yeah, that's going to do a walloping. She fails the concentration, and that spectral spear is going to fade away.
I don't know why you're giving so much trouble with this. With us. We're just walking through your nice temple. Trying to keep it Barnaby.
All right, to her turn, you're going to see that shadow that suffuses her seems to envelop her even more, causing her to become darker as the shadow rides down to her arm and then to her hand, forming into a shadowy blade. She is going to then swing that shadowy blade out at Archgale as she swings wildly, crashing into Archgale, dealing a total of 13 damage, 7 slashing, and 6 necrotic. Then you will see she motions with her hand, and that spear reforms. And it is slightly in a different spot now. And it is also going to strike Archgale. But Archgale, you managed to evade that. Okay, Zach.
Can I climb on the back of the lion to try to get a clearer shot?
So basically the way I usually rule this is if you're in a space with another character, when you attack, you're basically squeezing there, so you're at disadvantage. Yeah, I would say even climbing on top of the lion, that's not going to give you like ideal conditions or anything like that. If you want to use, just making an ad hoc ruling here, if you want to do a bonus action acrobatics DC 15 and you succeed on that, I'll say you're totally balanced on the line. You can fire without any kind of cover.
All right, I will try to do that. Acrobatics.
All right, you do a little hop up on the lion, trying to ride it like a surfboard, but no, not at all.
All right, I'm like half falling off, I guess. Let's see.
That's not a handhold.
I'll try to climb on top of your head. I can't really see it.
So again, the doorway is right in the middle there. So yeah, there you go.
All right. So I guess I'm within 5 feet right now, right?
You sure are.
Okay, didn't want to do this. I will cast Mind Sliver then.
Mind Sliver, intelligence saving throw. Here it comes. DC, I don't know what it is, but 20 is definitely higher than that. She'll succeed.
Okay. I think that is my turn then. I'm just gonna stay here to not provoke opportunity attacks.
So unfortunately, I don't think you can. Let me just do a quick double check.
Oh, right. Yeah, I'm in the space. Okay, that's fine.
Right, you
I
can't
will-
willingly end a move in a space occupied by another creature.
Okay, then I will, I guess, walk away.
All right, and as
do
you
that.
know what's coming, as you walk away, that shadowy blade strikes out towards you, but does not connect.
Okay, and so that was 20 feet of movement, so I'll use my remaining 10 to get a little farther away, and end my turn down here.
All right, we will move to Grim's turn.
All right. Jump on the bed, come over here, flank, and standing on, getting my nasty feet all over those pillows, I'm going to swing down with my flail.
Yeah, you miss wildly, though, balancing on that feather pillow.
That must have been it. Oh, man.
Oh, actually, you know what? I just realized that's a fumble, right? Because you're adding 2 to hit.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah. No, I'm adding. Yeah. No, it's a plus. Should be a +4 to attack.
Looks to me like it's showing +2. Let me hit the details. Right, but you got exhaustion, right? So you got
Yeah,
minus 2.
So it,
So you,
rather than 6, it's 4 because of my
Well-
proficiency.
if you put your cursor on the 6, you'll see you rolled a 1 and a 6, right? So it's showing the 6 because that's the higher number, but you actually rolled a 1. So that's a fumble. So we get to see our first melee fumble.
No, you don't. Inspiration.
Oh, okay. You can do that if you like. That is still going to miss, unfortunately.
Man, this new setup has jinxed me. All right.
It's the pillows.
Yeah. This disgust sticking in my foot.
All right, Lion.
All right, seeing this lady's not going down easy, the lion is going to roar at her.
She is not afraid, Mr. Kitty Cat.
Okay. And I'll use my other thing to try to rend her.
So roar was an action. Do you have some ability that allows you to attack and roar at the same time?
Yeah, it's the multi attack says the lion makes 2 rend attacks. It can replace 1 attack with the use of roar.
Okay, nice. 24 rend will certainly hit. 7 damage. You savage her badly. She's still on her feet.
All right, that's the end of my turn.
Ooh, that spear is going to vanish once again. All right, that dead body with no head is not initiative. All right, Glory.
All right. If I move up here, am I flanking with the lion?
Yeah, no, unfortunately not. So you got to draw a line through the token to the other side. If you want to flank with the lion, you're going to need to be here.
That's okay. I'll actually I better because of the strength. I'll move there, attack the halfling.
Yeah, actually, you know what? You would have been, you would have been flanking in that spot as well. But yeah, the 14 is going to be enough, and that will hit. And that is going
9
to kill
plus
her.
2 radiant.
She is dead. She drops to the ground. Yeah, just quick tactical note. The lion has to go through the center of the token. I was confusing that for a moment, thinking the center of the lion, but it's the center of the enemy. So yeah, you were right the first time. All right, that opponent is dead.
Yeah, I didn't know because of the door. The door kind of occludes it. So
yeah,
I was just
you're good there, though. No worries on that. Okay, so all the opponents are defeated here, guys. The battle is seemingly over, though Glory, you certainly feel much worse for wear.
Dude, what happened to your arms?
I need an energy drink, Phyllis.
Oh my, you get out of this room, it stinks. You cut that guy's head off?
He didn't seem like a friend.
It looks gross. I ain't touching it though. If anyone wants to look at it, I ain't touching it.
There is another door on the other side of this room.
Hey, Braddock, come out from hiding. It's all clear.
You go, get off of me. You're sitting on.
Hey, I'm ticklish.
There's a couple other doors in here. Also, is there still like a body of the that woman, or did she kind of dissipate?
Oh
Yeah,
no,
and the human.
the 2 shadowy forms have dissipated entirely. The other 2 bodies are still there.
I would like to search them to see if they have anything of use on them.
Sure, go ahead and throw an investigation check to see if there's anything hidden on those. Not necessarily that there is, but anything visible. Okay, you got a 12. All right, visibly, she's wearing some armor, which looks to be pretty common fair armor. It looks to be like some type of a leather type of deal. As far as, leather armor. She also has a holy symbol, which you recognize as being to the blood goddess Morena. Other than that, no coins, just regular clothing, that kind of deal. You do also see, as you're kind of scanning around here, Zach, in the bed, there is a dagger that is covered with dried blood. Other than that, nothing. Oh, and you also see that there is a crimson cult robe next to the bed and another set of traveler's clothes.
Does the robe just look like the other ones that we grabbed a couple of earlier?
It does indeed. Also throw me a D100 here, Zach, as you're scanning this area. You also find a tiny petrified bat.
I'll grab that, see if there's any use for that later.
Ooh, he's cool.
I can eat it.
I'll feed
Hey.
it to him.
Hey, Archie, aren't you like a doctor or something? Can you look at Glory and see what the hell's going on with him? Look at him, and I push Glory. He's not himself.
Oh, I don't think I have anything that would suit that. I don't have a spell that will fix him up, but let me take a look.
Well, maybe you'll know how long it lasts or what the condition is or something.
Yeah, good
You're
point.
smart.
Can I give a medicine check on Glory to see what his condition is and how long it will last?
Sure, yeah, throw me a medicine check. So I would say I'm going to count that as a couple of rolls together. These creatures were clearly shadows. Being a cleric, you've probably heard of these creatures before. One of their signature kind of negative impacts is the ability to drain strength from people. Unless it is restored through magic, it typically takes a long rest before it is restored.
Ah, wow. Until he takes a good night's sleep, he's going to be like this for the rest of this journey.
Then we're done here, boys. I'm sorry. I'm exhausted. Glory's -5 strength? I mean, seriously.
We
found
can
nothing of-
continue.
We found nothing of value so far. We can't go back without some goods.
We're almost done here anyway. I think there's just these 2 rooms.
I'll be fine,
Yeah.
but I might not be able to be in the front. But I will
What?
wreck from the back.
We got a
That's
big
fine. We have a paladin, don't we? Yes, I am a paladin. Okay. Yeah, well, the 2 of us will come up front then.
Archigale, you are hurt, yes?
Oh, yes, it's nothing we
No.
can handle.
Hold out your hand.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay.
It's you are down a little, yes.
Yeah.
And the lion will cast Cure Wounds.
Roar of healing. Okay, let's see it. Nice roll, 11. Is that supposed to be
And that
plus
should
a modifier?
Yeah, it should actually be plus my wisdom mod. I'm not sure why it isn't on there, but my wisdom mod is +4. So it should be 15 total.
Oh, well, perfect. Thank you.
I can see the lion again roaring in Archgale's face and hair kind of blowing back, maybe a bit of spittle, and we strangely do feel better afterwards.
Yeah, it's quite a bizarre phenomenon.
He
I
just
think I'm
killed
going to
me.
try this.
Okay, you're using that to heal yourself?
Yes.
Okay, how many of the d12s would you like to roll? All right.
Just one.
Okay, you restore HP. It does not seem to help with the strength, unfortunately.
Vigo, can you even come in here? Or are you too big to get through the door?
I can come once the room is made.
I think this is going to open into the other hallway, so I think this is a pretty safe door to open.
Well, hold up a second. I know you searched the bodies. Did you search the room? Maybe. Yeah, you did. Further, you found the bat, right?
Yes. I mean, I believe so. I think that's
Is
what
this
it
a
was.
table or is it a desk, Adam, or dining room table?
According to the description, that is a pillowed divan, but it looks more like a table, doesn't it?
I'm gonna lift it up and flip it over.
You are able to do
It is-
so. Nothing of interest underneath.
It's not one of those fancy ottomans you get at, Ashley Furniture that you open up the cushion and there's a storage area underneath.
Unfortunately, they're not quite up to the times here in Midgard, but yeah, no.
I've got a quick question. I assume lesser restoration wouldn't work with trying to help out Glory because it's
Post the
not one of
text.
the.
If the text says it restores lost ability score points, then yes. Otherwise, no.
Okay, it does not. But that's not what I wanted. I just wanted. There it is.
Yeah, unfortunately, that only ends conditions, and this isn't one of those 4 conditions.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Just wanted to make sure.
Sure, yeah, no issue.
All right. Braddock will attempt to open this door. Put it on here.
All right, the door opens. You notice a small side room here, Braddock. The only thing of any interest in this room is you notice a crimson robe, which you've seen others of those around the temple here. It hangs on an iron peg driven into the far wall.
Stinking robes. He can do an investigation for anything else of interest in the room.
He sure can. Go ahead and throw an investigation check. Nothing else comes to mind or comes to eyesight that is of any interest.
Oh, these ropes would have been very helpful before we killed all those people.
It still could be if we find another event. We should definitely have one for each of us.
Like, if you need help looking in rooms again, let me know. I can give you guidance.
Sounds good. Yeah, Braddock will take that robe and kind of stuff it into the pack.
And I have 7 cultist masks in my pockets.
Yeah, and if we haven't already grabbed 7 robes, I think we would be grabbing like any of these that are available. I don't recall how many we've grabbed. I know we grabbed at least a couple from another room.
General rule is if it's not on your character sheet, you don't have it. So if it's important to you before you leave here, feel free to search around, see if you find them, and then add them to your sheets.
Okay.
And I have 7 masks, cultist masks, on my sheet.
Okay. Braddock will move up. Zach, you can open that door, or do you want me to go through?
I got it.
Similarly here, Zach, as you open the door, you see a small room. There is this couch against that western wall. You also notice another peg on the southern wall with another robe.
I will grab that robe and hand it to anybody that doesn't already have one.
I'll take one.
Take it. Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Okay.
As Zach investigates that room, Braddock works his way past Vigo again through the hallway and realizes we didn't investigate this other room that looks like it's another bedroom.
Certainly looks to be, yeah. If you'd like to investigate that, go ahead and throw me an investigation check.
Sounds good. Yeah, I'll just check furniture, check walls. Just your typical investigation. Ooh,
No, doesn't seem to be anything of interest here either, Braddock.
I may not be very good at this. He's starting to realize. Seems like just an empty bedroom.
I mean, there's what you would consider to be odds and ends that would show you that people have been here recently. So think of this as like spare clothes, maybe a candle is saying here, that kind of deal, but nothing that looks to be of value of any particular interest.
Nothing of value again. Where do these people keep their treasures?
Looks like the hallway keeps going down here.
Onward then. On the corner, Braddock will do his best, or attempt to do his best little sneak peek around the corner to see if he can see anything around the corner.
All right, I will assume you're trying to be stealthy here. Feel free to move and see if you see anything.
Another door.
Lots of doors in here.
Work his way down and once again come up to this door and listen at the door.
Perception check as you listen. All is quiet on the other side.
We'll give a check to see if it's locked.
It is not locked. As you jiggle the handle, you realize you could open it if you wish.
We'll give a quick investigation to see if it's trapped, because that has happened.
Sure, yeah, investigation check. Does not seem to be.
All right, team, we're ready. Sure, this is where the treasure is. I can sense it. We will try the
Ready.
door.
All right, as you open the door, it looks quite apparent that this is some type of storeroom, Braddock. You notice several crates, some barrels, and you notice a weapon rack on the south wall.
Oh, goodies. I think I was right. We'll move on in.
All right, as you enter the room, you also notice now pegged on the east wall, more towards the north side, 4 additional crimson colored robes on iron pegs. The weapon rack is 8 foot wide and it contains an array of weapons. You notice 2 flails, a flanged mace, a morning star, a spear, 3 curved torture instruments that would function similar to sickles, 2 scimitars, and a whip.
More weapons for anybody who wants a spare weapon.
Well, they need all that weapon for. Isn't it like a sex cult?
I'll take a rope.
Feel free to add it to your sheet.
Hey, can someone grab me a robe for when I'm not a lion?
Yeah. I got one for you, Hugo.
All right. Keep in mind, I'm a short guy, so if you find a short one, I'll take it.
And I think Barnaby needs one too. Let me check a sheet.
Based on the number that you guys have found at this point, I'm okay with everybody just adding one to their sheet at this point. I think you find probably at least 10 so far.
And then investigation on any of the other crates or boxes, anything of value, or just sundries?
Yeah, they look to contain odds and ends, at least in this area here. So one of them might contain something like arrows. You might see another one has some like sort of spare bits of metal or pieces of rope, that sort of thing. You assume, again, it's basically like maintenance kind of gear.
Worthless garbage again. Another door, though, and he'll move down and do his usual routine. He will listen at this particular door.
All right, perception check. Nothing.
And check to see if the door's locked. Give the
It is
handle a wiggle.
not locked.
Temptation, but he will do a check. He wants to rush through it, but he will and actually investigate for traps.
Search for traps. Okay, investigation. No, there's no traps.
He will try to open the door.
All right, you see another small side room here, another crate, and another barrel.
Once again, check the crate and barrel.
So in this area, in the crate and the barrel, you find a variety of foodstuffs. It contains enough rations to feed 20 creatures for 60 days. One 30-gallon barrel of clean water and one 30-gallon barrel of red wine. You also see 3 sacks of rice lean against the wall.
Rations. They could hole up here for a while. I don't think we have much need for that.
And just for sake of time, you listen, hear nothing. There is no traps. The door is not locked. You open it, and it is empty.
Okay, I like the streamline. Lots of storerooms in this here dungeon. We'll work our way back to the hallway. And keep working our way around, I guess. All right, same thing on the north door.
Sure, yeah, perception check. See if you hear anything. No, it is quiet as well.
And jiggles the door handle.
It is unlocked.
All right, you will try to open that door.
The door opens. This looks to be a pleasure den of sorts. A collection of torture devices decorates this what used to be lantern-lit chamber. The lantern has since burned out. 2 leather-padded pillories, a rack, and a spiked iron chair accompany a table topped with 2 whips and a set of metal surgical tools.
These people really had one focus only. This is the second room like this.
They're studying to be doctors.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what they're
Sure.
doing.
will do investigation, see if there's anything of value on or around any of the tables, maybe without trying to touch too many things.
Sure, yep, investigation check. In this immediate vicinity, you don't find anything what you would consider to be of value other than what's already been described. Nothing that you think you could sell for coin.
All right. Well, yet another door. What's to say? More red robes. I'll try this door. Here.
That door opens to show a small closet. Inside the closet, you see there is a rack that has an array of a dozen well-made risque outfits. They look pretty nice, but you wouldn't want to wear them in public company. They're sort of hanging there on the rack. You also notice that there is a small chest underneath those hung clothing on the south wall.
I'll take a risque outfit.
Okay. It says in parentheses here, treat as fine clothes. So just so you know how good of a risque outfit it is.
Braddock will sort of give Glory a bit of a side eye as he sees Glory stuffing this into his pack. Whatever, man. And check out that chest that's down there.
Check out mean open?
We'll investigate it first. All right. We'll just see if it's locked or any visible traps.
It doesn't seem to be locked. Go ahead and throw me an investigation check to see if it is trapped in any way. No, doesn't seem to be.
You will open it.
Okay, as you open it, you notice it contains an assortment of Gothic carnival masks and half masks. These look to be of a little bit higher quality than the other ones that you've seen so far, and also 2 leather whips.
He will just close that again and kind of curse softly. Stupid masks.
Why don't you dump it out and see if anything's underneath it all?
You'll just sort of stomp out. Stupid masks.
I'll take one of the high quality masks.
All right, as you're kind of putting hands to them here, Gloria, and piecing through them, you realize that these ones, because they're higher quality, you think you could actually sell them. You estimate you could sell these masks and half masks for about 15 gold pieces if you sold them all.
Oh, this is fine material. This has value.
We should split it.
We'll take them with us. We'll sell them when we get back to town.
Yeah. 12, was it?
15 gold pieces.
The quantity of masks?
Actually, it doesn't describe a quantity. I'm going to just say 4. It says an assortment, so we'll say that's 4.
Okay.
If it is especially good quality, perhaps it was custom made.
True. Maybe we could find the maker. There might not be too many who can do that.
We start talking on masks. We want silver, gold, maybe some platinum. We will maybe getting a little dangerous. He'll attempt to open this door on the south side.
And I'll answer when Braddock says that. I said, Braddock, they were rich in love, not jewels and coin.
Go ahead and try to open it, Braddock. You realize the door is locked. As a reminder, you guys a few weeks back killed a few different folks here and found some keys. You sort through those various keys that you found on here, and you realize that the key that was on the, who you assume to be the leader woman, seems to fit this lock.
Maybe something of value if they're willing to lock the door. Who has the key?
There you go. I found it on the lady.
Grim did indeed kill that woman, so that makes the most sense.
All right, he'll slide the key in and give it a twist.
The door is unlocked. Feel free to open. All right, I'm going to go ahead and lock the tokens just for a moment so I can give you this description. Faint floral perfumes drift in the air of this chamber, which is lined with unlit candles and red silken tapestries. A crimson upholstered divan sits on the western wall, and a red patterned rug lies in the center of the chamber. A red glass statue adorns a table near the divan. The sculpture depicts a seductive feminine form crowned with the chilling visage of a smirking skull.
Well, it smells a lot better than the last rooms, but I don't like the look of that red sculpture. We've had some bad luck with those.
Might be magic. Or make him sell it.
Don't forget the statues before. They were attacking.
I guess one thing I will say, just to give a little bit of context here, this statue sits on top of the table, and it is much smaller than the ones that were attacking you.
This is just a little guy. Got it.
Hey, little guys can stab too. And the lion looks at Barnaby.
Well, why break precedence? Oh, yeah,
We both go in.
Braddock, as you step into the room, your entire party is surprised as the rug tries to eat you. I'm going to go ahead and throw us all into initiative real quick.
classic.
I find all the classic monsters: gelatinous cube.
That is
Lurker.
true. Yeah, you've got a penchant for it.
I
just
thought
weird
about
water.
saying something when that was in the description, actually, but
So that is the very dangerous rug. All right, so since you guys are surprised, this would mean disadvantage on your initiative. So what I'm going to ask you to do is go ahead and throw another roll. I've posted one roll for you guys. If the roll that you throw is lower than what's in initiative right now, please go ahead and lower your initiative to whatever it is that you've rolled.
So I have advantage on initiative.
Then just take what was rolled, because then, oh, you have yes, that would cancel out. So just take whatever's there already for you.
Roger
that. Just to be aware, if you do that, you got to pay attention to the number that was on top because mine was higher and it changed it.
Oh, yes. Yep. Good call.
Well, I rolled one higher, so I take the lower one, right?
Correct.
Okay.
It's not looking like it's going to matter too much because the rug rolled very poorly. But let me know once you guys are set. I'll resort, and then we will start the battle.
I'm good.
Good.
wait. So I have disadvantage, actually, right? So
You
what
do
did I
indeed.
roll? What did I roll initially? Because it took my.
You
Oh,
initially
so
rolled
18.
18. That won't change anything sort-wise, so I think I heard everybody was good.
So
and
no,
unless
no,
you
we're
rolled...
not.
Yeah,
I
go
was
ahead, Drew.
checking Barnaby's. Barnaby's is 8.5 because I rolled higher than his initial.
Okay, yep, just go ahead and change him to an 8.15
Oh,
then. All right.
I did that.
All right, and then, again, I don't think it's going to matter too much, but our alert folks, do you want to offer to swap?
I don't think it'll matter too much, but I'll offer to swap with Vigo.
Yeah. Oh wait, who's saying that, by the way?
Braddock.
Okay. I will swap.
You take a 14.
I will not swap.
All right, alerts are complete. So, Braddock, as you step in here and the rug looks like it's trying to eat you, you're actually the quickest to move.
So I will. Bonus, or I will take my action to disengage.
You're being attacked by the Scumfeter.
Yeah. And can I move? Oh, sorry. Can I move out of the room, or can I move away from
You
it?
can. Unfortunately, the tokens were still locked. Go ahead and give that another try.
Oh, I see. Okay. Yeah, he will back up to this square here, and then I will bonus action to try to throw my offhanded knife.
So,
Did
so
the
you
statue
action
try to
disengage?
attack you?
Sorry, just checking. You action disengage? Is that what I heard?
That's right.
Okay, so now your bonus. All right, got it.
Is that okay? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I remember back in 2014, I think you could only use the bonus action to throw the psychic blade if you threw the first one. Is that different now?
Oh, that's entirely possible. Let's.
And mainly I
see
was kind of confused because you're a rogue, so I just assumed you were going to be bonus action disengaging, right? Since cutting action and then action attacking, but you said it the other
Oh.
way, so.
I did say the other way because I actually kind of forgot that I could bonus action the.
Yeah, so that last paragraph, so I would do it the other way because the last paragraph says after you attack with the blade in your turn and you make a melee blah 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 with a second as a bonus action. So I don't think you can just do that when you want, only if you attack with the action.
Actually, and I forgot of my cunning actions. I always was just thinking hide or dash. I forgot disengage is one of those. So.
Is indeed, yeah.
So yeah, if that's okay, yeah, if I just do that reverse order, so I would
That
get
works
bonus
for me.
action, disengage. Yep, and then action to throw the psychic blade. All right.
That will miss.
Rug tried to attack me. It's alive. And in my turn.
All right, Zach.
Is it difficult terrain to I get past the line? I don't know if I have to squeeze past it or not.
It is not. You're able to move through allies freely.
All right, I will get there, and I will take a sorceress burst at it, past Grim here.
Yeah, and just to clarify there, the only way moving through an ally would be difficult terrain is if the ally is squeezing. So, like last session, the lion was squeezed into a super type space, and then it was difficult terrain moving through him at that point.
Okay, got it.
Sorcerer's Burst will miss.
Okay, and then I will move back to where I was. So, there, and in my turn.
It's hard to hit. It's very flat. It's very flat.
All right, lion's turn.
Okay. The lion runs up. Can I see it? See it through the doorway from there?
You can. I'm assuming you're squeezing at the moment.
Okay. So I attack with disadvantage.
Correct.
Okay. That's still what I'm going to do. 2 Rens.
14 will hit.
Please tell me he's just biting it and just shake. You know, when dogs or cats just shake something to death, he's just shaking.
That's right. It's like a set of keys. All right. Second attack.
9 will miss.
All right. And he will. The lion tries to bound away.
All right. Okay.
And there's no one else on my square, right?
There is not.
Here. Good. And that's the end of my turn.
All right, Glory.
All right, I'll swing out with the halberd.
All right, you swing past Grim. Yeah, that'll connect. Slashing into and wounding it.
Savage attacker, 10 damage.
All right, I'll apply that extra damage. It is wounded.
Okay, I'm gonna move 1, 2, 3, and from this space, I'm going to EB.
Hang on one sec, just to clarify. When you said 1, 2, 3, does that mean like this?
No. No, yeah, I went 1, 2, 3.
Okay, got it.
Yeah, because they're not in melee, so all right, and then we are going to EB.
Yeah, that'll hit. As the blast wounds the rug.
Okay, and he's going to end his turn there.
Okay, Grim.
Grim's got his flail. We're fighting a rug? What's going on?
That is going to be a fumble.
There, we got it now. See?
It was going to happen tonight. You could just feel it.
Yes.
Oh, you realize this rug is well made. You are scurred, and you have disadvantage on your next attack roll.
Messes with my plans.
All right, Archgale.
Okay, I'll cast.
Graham likes the finer things.
I'll cast a firebolt at the rug.
All right, firebolt at the rug. Let's see it. 16. Yeah, that'll hit. And you might think that a rug would be vulnerable to fire, but no, it just hurts it.
Oh, well,
But 8 points of damage is pretty good.
I'll take that. Everyone's looking good, so I'll end my turn.
All right, Grim, as you are the only one within reach of the rug is going to try to smother you. That is the second critical I've rolled to GM. Let's try that to public. That is going to be a miss.
So you
All
want
right.
me to take a dice away from Adam and do defensive rolls?
So since we're to the top of the round and you guys have all your actions for it acts and it only has 16 HP left, I'm going to say you guys have defeated the rug.
Ooh, that's disgusting. When it was on that rug.
In this place, probably nothing good.
Is that a couch, Adam?
Yes, they're calling that a divan, but basically couch.
Oh, good. You saved me from Googling it.
Yeah, we'll do. Brock will do the investigation. You know, bed under the bed, bedside table,
Okay,
between the
sure.
cushions of the divan. Checking for loose change.
So that sculpture that is sitting on the table, I would say looking at it, it is well designed. It is a carved glass sculpture out of red glass. It looks valuable to your eyes, especially Braddock. Other than that, there's just some, there's the couch there, or the divan. There's the bed. There's a little side table. Nothing of interest as you kind of root through those, looking for anything of interest or value.
Been kind of a bust, but I think we can sell this for a few coin. He will roll the statue up in a couple of the robes that he's, he grabbed a robe for Vigo, so between his robe and Vigo's, he's going to try to roll, give it some padding, and then put it all back in the pack.
Okay.
Can I look at it really quickly before you pack it all up?
Oh, of course. Yeah, it's kind of a sexy lady. It's the theme. The skull's a bit creepy.
Do I recognize this as the
The blood goddess Marina?
Yes,
You sure
Marina.
do.
Yes. I doubt you could sell that, but it's worth it. It's worth a chance, I suppose.
This place is cursed. Nothing of value.
Rich in love, my friend. Rich in love.
Maybe we'll take it. Somebody won't know who she is. Maybe we can make a little hat for her or something. Cover that. Stupid. He rolls it up, kind of frustrated.
She wanted to protect this room so much she had a rug that would kill you.
I've never seen you scared of anything, Grim, and it turned out to be a rug.
Yeah.
Sort of childhood incident?
Why are we fighting rugs? That's unnatural.
Check the walls or something. There might be more in there. She's a crazy lady.
True enough. There's 2 doors, hopefully closets full of goodies. We'll check this east door here.
Check it, listen, or check for traps, or?
Check for traps.
All right, investigation check. No traps.
Burning some good investigation traps. You'll try the door.
The door opens to reveal a small side bedroom. You simply see a bed there. It looks to be nothing else of interest.
Still, to be thorough, we'll just do a check in or under the bed.
Sure thing. You throw another investigation check. No, nothing of interest.
He stomps back. Braddock's mood is souring. He's getting very, very sour about this. Just sort of stomps up to this door, and again does the trap check again.
All right, search for traps. Investigation. No traps.
And he will just try to open it.
That door opens to reveal a small table with a stool in front of it. You notice that there are several books on the table. There is also jars of various dried flowers. On top of one of the books, you see that there is a letter there. And yeah, then there seems to be one book that's kind of more prominently out. Letter's probably sitting on top of that. On a brief glance at most of the book spines, they look to be tawdry novels and erotic fiction.
Of course they are. Again, mood souring. Zach, maybe some magic stuff, mostly flowers and dirty books. I want to take a look though.
Yeah, I'll take a look. Maybe there's something of value in here.
Turn to
Do
the
they-
center of it and unfold it. See what it looks like.
Yeah, do they have pictures?
Yeah.
I'll flip through and see if these books have any any value. I guess investigation kind of this room.
Well, as you start scanning through these books and kind of like moving one off of the other, you notice a book bound in blood-stained leather seems to stand out to you, Zach. It's titled Prophets of the Red Goddess.
I'll take a look at that. See if
Take a look,
anything-
meaning scanning through the pages and kind of glancing at them.
Yep.
All right. The tome covers a wide range of information on Morena, her influence, and her priestesses, the Red Sisters. As you're scanning through them, a quick passage comes to mind about the implementation of red glass golems, like the ones that you guys have already found, and it lists an array of command phrases during their creation, which makes them not attack you. This seems to be altogether some obscure religious writings and rare eldritch antiquities. You think this probably has some value. In addition to that, as you're scanning through, you notice a note that is folded within the pages seems to fall out into your hands.
Take a look at the note and also put the book in my backpack.
All right. Safe to say you're going to share this note with everybody, or are you trying to keep this to yourself?
Yeah, I'm trying to share it. Like, just kind of open it and read it aloud, I guess.
All right. You open it and read it aloud. I'm going to go ahead and share that with all. And for anybody listening, I'll go ahead and read this. Mrs. Bale Sheth, congratulations on your new post. Your predecessor was quite reluctant to communicate, and I trust you are a better correspondent. The bearer of this letter is my agent, Boris Cruel, whom I've tasked with assisting you in whatever way you desire. He is particularly adept at acquiring prey and might serve well in procuring lambs for your goddess's altar. He brings with him one of our latest acquisitions, an oafish lout indeed, but this acquisition should prove effective in defending your new position, though do be sure to keep him well fed. Signed by someone named Shroudson.
We can definitely use this and all these items we've collected to impersonate this person. This hasn't been delivered yet.
Wait, was that talking about me?
You could definitely be an elfish lout.
I presume it's talking about the girl, and the person that they're talking about was the masked figure.
Well, it's nice to know they're intending to keep me well fed. Makes me feel good.
Well, that is if you suspect you were going to be sacrificed.
We do have the mask.
Right, Zach, do you think we're going to run into more cultists?
We might, but we could also just pose as them.
To who?
To Miss Balesheth.
And you think you might know where to find her? Or further down in the temple?
I'm not sure what their plans are. I'm just saying we could impersonate this new agent and find out more about what's going on here.
Alright. Well, hopefully we can find out where their origin or where their other hideout is. This seems like a branch office? Branch temple? Remote temple?
It might be. We also need to find out who this Shroudson is.
Well, I think we've covered most of this. Let's keep following the corridor, make sure we've got all the doors.
Isn't there? Didn't you say there was another letter on top of the books, Adam?
I did indeed.
What about that letter?
I'll try to read that if there's anything about that too.
Sure, you pick that letter up, sharing it with your allies once again. I'll go ahead and share that. And again, just read this quickly aloud for anybody listening. 30 Harvesttide 483 AR in the name of Baron Urslav, crawling lord of Valenoria, keeper of the Red Sisters, and by the unholy hand of King Lucan, lord of the Shroud Eaters. Let it be known to all agents of the Blood Kingdom, change is coming to Zobek by the hand of our fair sisters and the brothers of Nicophorus the Pale, first of his name. Our allies seek to divert Zobek's attention from the Iron Crags towards the Maradi. To this end, the Honorable Phylexia Bale Sheth has been appointed Red Sister of the First Order and ordained to serve the Red Mother's mercy from our bastion within Zobek itself. All agents of the Blood Kingdom are hereby summoned to identify any personages of significant import for conversion within Sister Bale Sheth's enclave. These convents will form the bedrock of new trade and ensure a pact of non-aggression with the Crossroads City. By the glory of Morgau and the unhallowed legions of Doresh, in Morena's name we conquer.
I think Bale Sheth may have been the woman we killed.
Are they talking about converting the important people of the city into ghouls?
Potentially, like the counselor woman we saw leaving.
They're gonna flip control of the city to ghouls by changing those in power rather than trying to raise an army.
That means we can't trust anyone in power unless we know they're not part of this cult.
Based on what I learned from the Chalice of Forbidden Ecstasies earlier, would I have an inkling that they would be under the influence of this spell? And that we could
Who's
potentially
they?
the chancellor woman that I believe was a chancellor that ran away, the one that we let leave.
The console, I would say yes. That's a very good guess to make based on what you described it there. I would confirm that yes, you believe that to be so.
I think we're gonna need to visit this counselor woman and potentially break this spell and find out what's going on.
Perhaps we visit her as cultists.
Perhaps.
Won't she just try to have us arrested or something if she's one of them?
Well, she may be under the effects of a spell we can break by me attuning to this item.
Either break it, or if she thinks we're also part of the cult, we can find out. Maybe she can lead us to who else is in the cell, what other consuls have been corrupted.
I can probably study that book you found there as well and maybe see how we can act more like a cult.
You could start by giving me all your
Actually-
worldly possessions.
Actually, didn't you say that there were some spells in there? Something about, like, that statue we fought earlier? I bet you there's a spell that talks about mind control in there.
I'll flip through it a little more and see if anything of that nature pops up.
And anything in the book there about the weird blood water in the main temple?
That's a good question as well.
As you scan through the book here, Zach, for anything about the blood water, you don't see anything in particular about that. And then just to clarify the other query, this was if there were any spells in the book. I would say you definitely noticed that there were code phrases or passphrases when the glass golems were created, that basically you would announce that passphrase and then you'd enter the room and the glass golem would not activate and attack you. So there's a list of them there, but since you've already destroyed the glass golems you've encountered, you don't think that would be of any value to you at this point, unless you maybe encounter some in the future, which of course we can assume you have those things sort of in memory.
Okay.
Well, we have sort of a plan. Let's make sure we've anything of value or any other clues out of this temple.
Sounds good.
Dark will work his way back to the main part of the temple. I think that was a full loop we did there. think we've gone everywhere.
Grim,
I,
did you hear them speak to each other? Was her name Felixia, the woman you smashed?
I just saw red. I don't know who's who here. Her face is, it's unrecognizable anyway.
Who should we tell about this?
That's the problem, is if we tell a consul, and they are part of the cult, we'll expose ourselves, and they'll be out to get us.
Maybe we could try talking to the king again and seeing what he thinks about all this. After all, he's the one who sent us down here.
True.
What's the fountain like on the north wall again, Adam? It looks like a human figure or something.
I can get that
The blood
description
fountain.
for you again. One moment.
Yeah, sorry.
No worries.
And you wanted me to drink the blood.
So, description of the fountain. The relief of a large gargoyle's mouth on the northern wall spouts a stream of crimson-tinted fluid into a wide basin. The water in this time-worn fountain appears to have been polluted by the blood of several creatures, and it swirls with exotic red plumes beneath its rippling surface.
No, I'm not drinking it. Just looking at it. It looks cool, doesn't it? Did you guys say it was magical?
Yes, probably not the good way.
Oh, yeah. Bad magic. Well, I'm bored.
Yeah, I think unless we spend more time, which could be all night, hunting for secret passages, I think we've explored this entire temple.
The person we saved, that was Rosalind Turner, is that right?
That is correct.
So when we talked to her, she told us the name of the person who escaped, and I have written down Felixia. Is that the name that she gave us?
It is not. No, the person that walked past you, specifically Zach, after the spell broke, it seemed that came from the chalice. Her name was Melancha Vendemic.
Okay, thanks.
So I guess we can make our way, if we're done here, we can make our way back up to the cartways.
I concur.
Agreed.
All right, guys. So you're exiting the Temple of Marina, making your way through the cartways back to Zobek itself, I'm assuming?
Yep. And I'm only in the lion for an hour, so I don't know how long it takes. But
Okay. I would say yes, probably pretty soon, because generally as you're searching, each of those searches ranges from a couple of minutes. And you guys did a lot of searching for traps and doors and that kind of thing. So let's just assume your lion form drops here, but I will keep that in mind moving forward. So what I will say, this is a little bit of a narrative kind of description. Essentially, once you get back to the city, the news of everything that has happened down here is kind of floating around. Events are happening, you might say, off screen, right? As those kind of things do occur. The issue of what you've done, kind of letting Skirtle know of your successes down here, Kodo Cragclaw knows, this all starts to circulate amongst the city as everyone's kind of more aware of what's going on. Is it safe to assume you guys are kind of, I'm going to say, living your normal lives, or, laying low for until the next thing that grabs your interest comes along?
Well, if you mean like, I wouldn't be gloating about what we're done. So yeah, I would just live normal.
Yeah, I would spend time if we have it. I would like to try to attune to that chalice because I think it will break any effects of a spell that Melancha might be under.
Sure, yeah, as long as you have the charisma, which I'm sure you do, you can assume you have attuned to that, because yes, you'll have plenty of time.
Quick question: is Zobek known as the Crossroads City?
It is, yes.
Okay. I would just like to look up what Valenoria, if that's a region or a town or something.
Sure. Okay. So you're like talking around to people or trying to hit maybe a library or something like that to find that?
Yeah.
All right. I will see if you're able to find anything of interest related to that.
And similarly, I'm going to try to find out who Shroud's son is.
Okay, that one I can tell you, you don't find anything in particular. This name doesn't seem to be popular enough that it's like in a history book or is on anybody's lips. Like if you're spending a little bit of time carousing, going to the various taverns and bars, that kind of thing, nobody seems to know what this name means. It doesn't like really ring a bell. Okay, so as far as Valenorvia, that is a location. I'm going to see if I can find that easily on our map here. As a reminder, you guys will have this map in our Discord, but I'm pulling this up as far as where it shows, and once I find it, I'll be able to tell you where that's at. Yes, okay, so you guys have this link easily handy, right? The Zobak map that comes from Kobold Press?
Yes.
Okay, so I think yeah. So if you go to that link, the map is massive. But if you find Zobek, which is kind of in the middle of the map, just west of the Margrave Forest, the city of Valenoria you will find to the northeast of that. It is under the really big heading Greater Duchy of Morgau. So this is a city within the Blood Kingdom of Morgau.
Is that kind of like circle? There's like a kind of a pinkish line, and there's also a circle. Are there's just like roads, or is that like mountainous terrain or something that kind of separates these?
I believe the pink is intended to be like a political border, showing you like where the various divisions are, if I'm not mistaken. Or that, actually, you know what? That might be a road. That looks so faint. Yeah, I guess that probably is just a road. Yeah, I think on this map there is a way to do political boundaries. Yeah, okay, I'm sorry. That is just a road. If you do the political boundaries on the right-hand side, there's an icon on the map that kind of looks like stacked layers. And if you click that, you can change the political boundaries. That will show you the different kingdoms or realms, that sort of thing. So yes, that lighter pink map that you're or pink drawing that you're referring to it must be just road.
Okay, got it.
Okay, on a quick glance, I see that looks to be about 445 miles from Zobek, but yeah, I would say that lines up with what you're expecting. That letter, obviously, it seems like it came from somebody within the Blood Kingdom.
And they made a reference too to a lord, not a lord, like a Norse. I gotta pull up that note again.
Yep, and you will find that under the Chapter 1 Player Handout subfolder. You'll see all the handouts that you guys were managed to find. I believe that one you're referring to was called the Morgau Missive.
Morgau Missive. Okay, there it is. Perfect. Thank you. Oh, okay. So with that one, it makes reference to obviously what this religious order is, but it talks about Nicophorus the Pale.
Yes.
That is a name I would like to look up, and as well as more in depth about this cult.
So, Nicophorus the Pale, you have certainly heard this. Anybody that has spent any time in Zobak would certainly have heard this name before. In fact, I'm going to go ahead and take us back to our splash screen for just a moment. You will notice if you look at this entry from Halford the Found, the Zobek Doomsayer. So think of this as somebody you might have heard around town, spouting doom and gloom. He mentions the horror of the lightless regions of the earth under the dominion of Nicophorus the Pale, Emperor of Ghouls. And then you said the cult. So I would say the information.
Red Sisters.
Yes, you certainly associate the Red Sisters as being the priestesses of Morena. So the whole area, the Temple of Morena that you guys just went through and squashed, you could think of Phylexia Baal Sheth as the head Red Sister of that temple. And yeah, basically her priestesses are referred to as Red Sisters.
And in the book that Zach found, It talks about prophets, right?
Prophets as in religious leaders, or prophets as in making money? What are we talking about?
The religious leaders.
I don't know if it mentioned prophets at all.
Was it in reference? Okay. Gotcha.
The title was Prophets of Maria.
Oh, you're talking about the title of the book. Sure, it may have been that. Let me pull up the title real quick. Yes, the book was titled Prophets of the Red Goddess. That is correct.
So I assume this would be a religious check of some kind, or just given time. Um, would Baal Sheth appear as one of those prophets at all, or be linked to the book at all?
I would say, based on the letters that you've found and the fact that she seemed to be the leader of the temple, she was the leader of that temple. She was a Red Sister. Uh, Maybe going too far to call her a prophet, right? You would assume the prophets of the Red Goddess are probably very famous and well established leaders in the religion. You could think of her more as probably like a bit of a lower level, local kind of leader.
Okay.
All right. Any other specific questions or anything that you guys want to do? Assume you have basically somewhere between 2 and 3 days in Zobak of just kind of chilling out, relaxing, taking long rests, eating, all of that fun stuff before the next sort of event might occur.
I would like to spend some time to the scroll that I found, the necromancy scroll, try to identify like what that is. I'm not sure if that would fall under the same conditions as, like figuring out the properties of a magical item.
Yes, I would say so. Let me see if I can find that for you real quick.
While Adam's looking that up, this Baal Chef, she was we think we killed her when we had the first fight in the temple, right?
Grim has confidently
Probably.
killed her because he used this flail and smashed her face right in and said that she was unrecognizable any longer. So yeah, she's kind of bloody paste on the ground.
Right. Okay, got it.
Okay, Zach, yes, you are able to identify this. This is a scroll of the Necromantic Pact. I'll go ahead and reveal this to you or to everybody so you can see it. But high level summary is it gives you, if you attune to it, and it requires attunement to it by a spellcaster, it grants you a cantrip that you can cast. In addition to that, once a day, you can make an unarmed strike that has a paralyzing effect similar to a ghoul. If the unarmed strike hits, the target creature must make a DC 10 con save or become paralyzed until the end of its next turn.
I will never be in melee range, so if there is any spellcaster that wants to attune to this, I would offer it to them.
Do
Kind of a
clerics
big
count?
deal. What?
Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Well, it's kind of a big deal for me to make a decision for Bill because he is a paladin who's a spellcaster and in the front line.
Yeah, we can just, post it and see like, if he wants to take that. I mean, this does seem quite nice, but I know my character will not ever be in range to try to use this.
Yeah, this
can-
is a good pally one.
Yeah, that is.
Does,
I can
Yeah.
also use it pretty efficiently, but I agree we should wait to hear from our paladin. It might be better on them.
and it does have to be a spellcaster. It is a cantrip, I realize, but
Yep, the scroll itself requires attunement by a spellcaster, and then that's when you attune to it, it grants you the cantrip.
right, it's offline. Braddock would spend those 2 or 3 days trying to get the best price possible for our various goods. So we've got different fences and dealers around the town that you try to convert our ill-gotten gains into gold.
Sure. We'd have to go through specific items. If you guys want to list the items that are on your sheets that you've collected, I'd be happy to tell you how much you're able to get for those.
4 quality masks worth 15 gold pieces each.
Unfortunately, it was 15 gold total, but yes, you do get 15 gold for those.
Oh, okay.
Vigo would like to buy 2 healing potions.
Sure. Healing potions you can find for 50 gold pieces each in town. Since both of you have now mentioned buying things, I will also say that as you're kind of moving through Zobek and spending some time in the shops and that kind of thing, you hear mention of a special stall in the Kobold ghetto. You basically hear some humans complaining about how there's some cool things there, but they can't get there without ever being harassed by the kobolds.
What's a stall?
So a stall is like, instead of being a formal shop, a stall is like a little stand outside that is not like formal, but sells things.
Copy that.
I also have a couple of items that, if we have time, I'd like to figure out if there's any like use or value to. I have a
Sure.
garnet brooch on me, that we picked up like I think in the first session. The shrunken dwergar head that like can yell, when there's, I believe, when it senses danger. And then also I picked up, I filled a water skin with the water from the like the fountain, the magic fountain, and I'd like to kind of try to figure out, like, investigate any properties of that, maybe bring it to like a maid shop or something and figure out what's going on with that.
Sure. Okay. So the garnet brooch, you discovered that is worth 20 gold pieces. So if you wish to sell that, you could do so. The water. Okay. If you take that to a magic shop, you can get identified. There is going to be a cost to that. Go ahead and throw me a persuasion check. We'll see how reasonable the cost is for you to get that identified. Yeah, this shopkeeper says he will identify the properties of the water for you for 10 gold pieces.
Okay, I'll do that. So I'll add 10 gold to my my sheet and also get rid of the brooch.
Okay, so the water. This is kind of an interesting bit. If you drink the water, you gain advantage on a charisma ability checks and saving throws until you finish a short or long rest. However, in addition, you must succeed on a DC 15 Constitution saving throw or be incapacitated for 1 minute as it is overcome with euphoria. So think of this meaning like you are absolutely ecstatic. You're in kind of like a dazed out, so happy you can't even believe it mood for about a minute.
Okay, and you said it was advantage on is any charisma check? or
Charisma
saving throw?
ability checks and saving throws.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you.
Braddock might show that glass. Actually, maybe before I do that, team, what do we want to hang on to the glass statue of the goddess, or do we want to try to fence it?
Did anyone want to ritual that? Here, I'll ritual. I think I can ritual. Let's see if it's magical at least, right?
If you spend an hour as part of your short rest trying to identify the item, if it identifies as nothing, then you could tell it's not magical.
Yeah, why not? Since we're hanging out for a couple days.
And let me know what that was. Was it the statue you're doing that for?
That's right.
The statue is not magical.
I don't want nothing from that place. I'd ask Glory. He seemed to be very interested in the contents of that temple. Maybe he wants it on his nightstand.
Should at least try to figure
I
out what
wouldn't be
it's worth.
surprised.
If there's any dollar value at all.
For the statue?
Yeah.
Yes. If you price the statue out to some various stores within Zobek, the best offer you get that comes back to you for the statue is 100 gold pieces.
I'll take the
Sold.
gold.
At least it wasn't a complete waste down there. Yeah, we will sell that.
Yep, and much like Glory's doing there in chat, appreciate that. Anything you're selling, just go ahead and type in chat that you're selling it and how much gold you're getting. That way there's just a record that we've indeed sold it. All right. So since you guys have heard about this stall, and since you guys have access to the Kobold Ghetto now, your names are kind of floating around there, your descriptions, you're not going to be hassled too much if you wish to go there. I'm going to reveal the shop. This is a brand new feature from Roll20, so it's kind of in like a beta deal. But how this works is that there are shops now that you can put in the game that basically act sort of as like character sheets. So I'm going to go ahead and share this to you guys, and then I'm hoping I have the ability. There we go. All right, so this is the shop. I've just popped the character sheet of the shop on the screen. This lets you know what is in the shop's inventory. Hopefully you guys can all see that. Can someone confirm?
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, excellent. So as this is in beta mode, it's not great yet. It will list the items that are there. Because these are all unique items in Zobek, you will not find these in the compendium, unfortunately. So what I've done is I've got item descriptions and handouts. So I'm going to reveal those to you all in just a moment. In the future, what I've read is that you should be able to transfer an item directly from the shop to your sheet, but that doesn't exist as of yet. So if you decide you want to buy one of these things, you would have to manually add it, and I'd have to manually remove it from the shop.
Can you try to pop up the shop one more time?
I sure can. Yep. And then let me also tell you where you can find that in the future. So in the handout section, there's a whole new folder now called Stores and Shops. And you'll see a subfolder called Zobek, and then a subfolder under that
I
called
see it.
Pentrix,
Thank you.
Mundane, Magical Items. All right. Sounds like you're good. All right. Let me go ahead and share the various handouts that are associated with the items on the shop list. And you'll see these under a folder now called Item Descriptions just beneath the shop. All right, I'm going to go ahead and share these, which might take just a moment. And since we're really close to our break time here, let's go ahead and take our 15-minute break. And feel free to review any of these items during downtime or the break time if you'd like. If you decide you want to purchase any of these, you can purchase them directly for the price that is listed there in the shop. Obviously, just let me know so that, like I say, we can update sheets appropriately. But yeah, let's go ahead and take our 15-minute break, folks, and we will come back on the other side. All right, we're
Really
on the
quickly.
second. Yeah, go ahead. So we're at the second half of
sorry.
our
I'm
session.
so
But go ahead.
sorry. I just was going to ask, how can I pull up the item descriptions?
Oh, yes.
So I see the shop.
Yeah, item descriptions. Good question. So in the handout section on the right-hand side where you see the shop, you should then notice that right underneath the shop, there is a folder called Item Descriptions. If it shows a plus sign on the left of it, that means you can expand it by clicking the plus, and that will show you the various handouts underneath. Each item is in its own handout.
Perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, good question.
May I take a long rest and remove the strength drain?
You certainly can, yes. In fact, everybody can take a long rest because the next event will occur basically in 3 days. So I'm assuming all this sort of shopping and that kind of stuff is happening in between there. Same with Grim. Remember, because exhaustion, we're doing the house rule. Make sure you remove your exhaustion from your long rest.
Yep, copy that.
All right. Any other shopkeeping or any of those kind of things you guys want to do before we move on to the next event?
Adam, you'd mentioned that this is kind of a store thing that's new. I guess we should check back regularly. I guess the inventory rotates.
It does, yes. Of course, that requires me to actually update the inventory. So what I will say, is I will try to do that. But if I forget, if this is a store and these kind of things are of something of interest to you, feel free to just shoot me a message. I will tell you just for a little like behind the scenes kind of information. There is a total of 13 items that kind of regularly cycle in this shop. You'll see that there are 7 on the list right now. So there are another 6 that will regularly cycle through there. He might have some other odds and ends, but those are kind of his classic stock that cycles.
My only question to everybody is, would we want to question the console or possibly break her charm before in the next few days?
So according to this sheet, it's like within 24 hours. And I think we had already long rested, and then I attuned to the chalice, so I believe that would break any effects of suggestion cast by the chalice, but we could go talk to her anyway. I don't think she would still be under any effects of a spell that she was under before, though.
I will confirm that for you. In fact, when you saw her flee, I would say you probably put two and two together that the suggestion was broke when you saw her looking sort of like glassy-eyed, and that she dropped the spear when she was on the dais and she seemed confused, and then she got out of there as quickly as she could. You're pretty sure that's when the spell broke.
Okay. I wouldn't be opposed to going and trying to speak with her and, you know, figure out what's going on, but we're also, I don't know, that might raise suspicions about us in some way. So.
Yeah. I mean, they might be an ally, though, for us, in
Yeah,
this political sort of city. But, I don't know. I'm good to go with the flow, and maybe do that later. If we think she's not mind-controlled anymore.
Maybe there's a time when we need a favor.
Then we blackmail her.
Did we want to pick up any of the items from the shop while we're looking at it all?
Can we afford any of that?
Yeah,
we
I'm
can
super
if we
for
buy.
that.
Well, we can pull our stuff together. We just got some good money. The only thing I think that kind of stuck out, at least at the moment, was the hardening polish.
Yes, because at our stature right now, that is important sometimes. But it's not a magical weapon, right? It's adamantine.
Yes.
I can't open. Are you guys able to open it?
I was. I'm not able to now.
Open
I'm just
the
looking at
shop
the
sheet?
descriptions.
Just to clarify, when you say you can't open, do you mean open the shop sheet?
Yes, correct.
I can open it, so
Yeah, I was going to
Go
say
into
you should be
the
able to.
handouts.
Yeah, sorry.
Right.
So just to confirm there, Brian, on the left-hand side under the handout section, under stores and shops, Zobak, you see it says Pentrix Mundane Magical Items. You're clicking on the text there and you're saying it's not opening?
Yeah, I still have it up from when you posted it. So let me close it and do it that way.
Yeah, and if for some reason it doesn't open for you, I would say just try a refresh on your browser because it certainly should.
and who do we think is the best at doing an unarmed strike on somebody?
Yes.
My lion claws don't count.
No, I just thought the polish would be good for maybe Glory.
But someone should attune to this
It's probably Barnaby.
thing.
I mean, we can always have them attune and then unattune later, right? Or like somebody else can attune to it.
Unless it's like a cursed item.
Oh yeah,
But
fair
not-
enough.
it's like evil.
Yeah,
looking.
that's the only thing. I don't want to do anything that curses. Anyway, and I can't click it, but it's no big deal.
Try refreshing your browser and see if you can click it then.
And don't open the store, but go into the item descriptions. I can't open it from inside the store either, but you can go below the store to the item descriptions.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, I can do that.
But if someone wants to buy something, you have all proven yourself exceptionally well, and there is some great evil here. So I am willing to donate some gold.
And
That's
of course, how Bill plays, he always donates gold if it's for the benefit of the party and it makes sense. So
That's true. I have 72 I can donate. I'll keep 20 for myself at least. But
The polish may come in handy later, but so far I haven't needed it. So maybe we wait.
Yeah, we can wait.
Barnaby is surprisingly rich.
Yeah, I've got
When
90 gold on my character too.
160 here.
we've got a few items sold. We made a little bit of money on this temple of these weird women.
Yeah, and just checking, was there any other items that you guys wanted to sell? Because I'm scanning through, particularly the one that stuck out to me. The book that Zach looted about the red priestesses. It was considered obscure religious writings and rare eldritch antiquities.
I think we should keep that. But what
Yeah, we
about
should keep that.
the fancy clothing?
I think we already sold that, right?
The
masks?
robes, yeah, the masks you did sell, yep. And then I think you guys decided not to grab the whip that you found that was under one of the pillows. I think Braddock was like, he didn't pick that up, right?
Wait, wasn't that the one with the red stone in the
Yes.
pommel or something?
The bloodstone
I thought we
handle.
did. I thought somebody did pick that
Yeah,
up.
I thought we did.
Is it on anybody's sheet?
No, it's not.
I was a lion.
Yeah, I didn't put it on my sheet, but I did think we picked it up. So if it was me, then I forgot to put it on the sheet, which means I don't have it.
I think no one picked it up because it was alluded to being like an S&F
Right.
thing.
Yeah,
So
that's
what
why I
I
thought
was gonna-
Braddock specifically said like, no. He, like, it was under a pillow and he saw it, and then I thought he was like, yeah, I'm not picking that up. And he just walked out of the room.
Yeah, and I remember I went to go, well, we should take it anyway, and you guys were like, oh, and I was like, oh, okay, well, we'll leave it. I'm good.
So no big deal,
Yep.
but that was worth 100 gold, just so you guys know what you lost there.
Oh. Braddock does still have the alchemist supplies. I think that was actually from our very first session that we stole those from. Do we have any need for those in the party? Should we sell those?
I don't think so. I also have a pearl that was from Chai that we could sell. We don't have
Yeah,
any
we were-
like, cast identify, so there's like, I don't know if there's any value in us holding on to this thing if we're trying to accrue some gold. We can always buy it back. I think we said we get like 75% of the value of it.
So just double checking, alchemist supplies does cost 50 gold at the store, so that hits our house rule. So if you guys did decide you wanted to sell that, you could sell it for 25 gold.
Might as well, eh?
Yeah, I think so. And then did we want to sell this pearl or no? I think it should be worth 75 gold if we were to sell it based on what was said earlier.
Yes.
We can't use it.
I feel like that's worth selling just because like it's just getting us no value right now.
Yeah.
All right, I'll remove it from my sheet. I'll just add the 75 gold to my sheet, but we can feel free to pull that if we need to.
And can I buy an herbalism kit?
You certainly can. Yeah, that would be easy to find in town.
Okay, and then with that I can craft a potion of healing.
If that's what the rules say, I think there's a skill check that goes along with that, right?
Yeah, and it
There's
costs
also a-
25 gold.
There's a time limit on those things too, right? I think I can't remember exactly how like crafting time wise works, but isn't it like at like 10 days or something?
I'm not sure. I'm not used to the 2024 rules, so
Yeah, I'm double checking right now. Yeah, so there's a whole chapter on crafting. Honestly, I haven't looked into it a ton yet, so I will do a quick double check on that. But feel free to bring anything else up that you guys would like while I'm doing a background search on that.
So I'm seeing it costs 5 gold for that. Is that cool for me to get it for 5 gold?
If that's the price on the PHP, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I'm proficient in it, but I don't have one. I don't know why.
So brewing potions of healing. There's actually a whole section on this. It's real brief. It says character who has proficiency with the herbalism kit can create a potion of healing. Doing so requires using that kit and 25 GP of raw material over the course of 1 day, 8 hours of work. So basically, it allows you to save 25 gold pieces if you have a full day you can spare.
Okay. Is that cool for me to have done that one of these 2 days or 3 days before?
Yeah, I would allow you to do that.
All right. So that's what Beaker does. Makes another one.
I believe it's the same for like time wise for crafting scrolls too, and I have the capability of doing that as long as I know the scroll. So like, I'm not gonna do it right now, but
If it's a
I
level
can
1 spell or a cantrip, yeah, it's just 1 day to write those up. If you get to level 2 spells, then you're talking 3 days. That'd be a little different.
Okay, got it.
All right.
Does anyone need a healing potion?
I don't have any, so I would take one
Okay.
if I can.
I'll give you one. I have 3. Here's one.
All right, thank you.
All right. So, assuming there's nothing else that you guys wanted to do during this downtime, I'm going to go ahead and move on to our next event. So, on the 3rd day, so you guys have spent 2.5 days or so in Zobek, resting, relaxing, kind of catching up, listening to the chatter in certain areas, being kind of hailed as heroes as your names kind of circulate and your descriptions circulate a bit. You're becoming a bit more well known. Particularly, you're getting a lot of more favorable treatment from kobolds in the area. They seem to be taking a shine to you. Occasionally you'll notice like a kobold family walking, and then one of them will point, like a kid will point at you, and the parents like kind of talk to them, and they're all like waving at you, and you're realizing that what you've done here in clearing Brick's name has certainly gotten you a good reputation in that community, and even just more widely based on defeating this cult in the Temple of Morena. So on the 3rd day, you guys find yourself back in the Rampant Roach, having decided to make that sort of your mainstay. And while in the Rampant Roach, enjoying one of the most exquisite dishes there, of course, coming through the doorway of the Rampant Roach is a figure that you recognize. You ran into this gear forge previously, just before you met your companion Archgale in the Temple of Rava. You remember him giving you a name at that time of 668. However, as he walks in, you see he is a little bit more spiffy. His brass is a little bit more shined up. He's looks like he's maybe well oiled. Maybe he's gotten some kind of glow up kind of treatment back in the Temple of Rava. As he approaches you, he looks and he says, "I am pious. Greetings."
Hello. What are you doing here?
None of us are dead today, thank you.
Can I give him a?
Yeah, go ahead, Archgale.
Well, I was just gonna give him the like a symbol or like a, since we're part of the same order, I guess, like welcoming him more. So.
And you'll see he holds his hand out in recognition to you, and you see his hand kind of spins there right in place. And he says, "I have come to bring an invitation. Follow me."
Must it speak?
Yes, it's pious. You don't know pious?
No.
Oh. It's a great piece of machinery. We should follow him.
Most unnatural.
I agree, Grim.
Ah, huh.
That's progress.
Might as well.
I don't think you know what you're
Hey, what do
doing
you have
with
to
these
say?
things.
As you seem to be hesitating a bit as a group, you see he kind of stamps back and forth a little bit as though he's a bit antsy. And then you see he looks back at you in this like, I'm not going to be able to hit this voice. I'm not even going to try, but I'm going to describe what it sounds like. It's a tinny mechanical voice. But what he says is, "The Clockwork Oracle has spat out a piece of paper with your names on it. This is most unprecedented." Are any of you guys here locals to Zobak? Are any of you grow up here, that you've actually lived in Zobak for a significant period of time?
I think Zach's been here as long as he can recall.
Yeah, same.
Okay, so if you're a local here in Zobek, you get this information for free. If you're not, you can feel free to make a religion check. But for the two of you that are locals here in Zobek, you would know that the Clockwork Oracle is a mysterious mechanical device with a face of gears and wheels located in the inner sanctum of the Temple of Rava. From time to time, the Oracle issues cryptic pronouncements to petitioners in the name of the gear goddess.
Oh, that's rare. What does it say?
You see, he stamps once again. You must come to the temple to read it.
Yeah, we should go.
We have to go there.
Oh,
I
it's
chug
not so
I
bad.
chug my ale as it drips all down my faded gray beard.
Wherever you guys go, I'm with you.
As well. This wasn't some of his best food this time. I think the rat's gone a little off.
Let's go.
All right, you'll notice that Pius's top half rotates first, and then his bottom half rotates, and he marches out, looking back frequently to make sure you're following. He leads you guys out back into the city of Zobek, taking you over to the Temple District. If you're curious, back over on the Midgard map, you will find the Temple District is south. Again, on this map, your left is south. So the Rampant Roach is somewhere near the Crown Square we've discussed previously. The Temple of Rava is essentially southwest of there, number 11 on the Zobek map. But yeah, as he leads you guys to the Temple of Rava, going into the Temple District and then into the temple itself, he's leading you through a series of, hallways, tunnels, that kind of stuff. And then he takes you inside this metallic building with brass-bound iron doors and a green copper roof. As he enters, with you guys following behind, you see two hulking iron automatons with axe blades welded to their metal arms and steam emitting from chimneys connected to their boiler-like torsos. They seem to eye you suspiciously, or perhaps that's just how they look at everybody. It's hard to read their expressions or intent. The Gearforged Pius is going to lead you guys past those golems with no concern, up into this hall, up to this a more elaborate place. As you're passing by, you see hanging on the walls examples of the city's ingenious craftsmanship and paintings of Zobek, its founding, and its history. The hall is busy with many anxious supplicants. You can see a lot of people standing around, kind of all chattering with one another. There's this long line going to this doorway, but Pius just kind of walks right past all of those people, leading you guys with him. And you hear some people behind begin protesting. Oh, why do they get to go ahead? My issue's urgent. But he ignores all of them. Goes to the door, opens it, and then stands aside, ushering you all to enter. As you do so, stepping past all of these sort of angry people, or at least some of them, he then closes the door behind. Standing there in this room that is fairly elaborate, you notice an older woman who is dressed up in red attire. There's a red robe, you can think of this as. She has sort of like a blue wrap that goes over that robe. The trim of the robe is sort of like this gold and blue as well. She seems to be holding this long scepter type object that has the symbol of the gear goddess Rava on the top. Think of that as sort of like a cog with a separate smaller cog nearby. She stands at the foot of this astonishing rotating mechanical pulpit, and she looks towards you as Pius comes on in, and you see she gives Pius a friendly nod and then sort of like a wave of her hand, and Pius turns much like he did before and exits, leaving the door closed. She smiles to you all. Greetings. Thank you for coming. I appreciate it. I know you must be very busy.
So all these people in the hallway are waiting to worship you?
No, not to worship me. They are here to consult the oracle and see if it will provide them any wisdom.
I will get down on my knees and begin to pray.
And of course, Archgale,
What?
you would clearly recognize this woman as Lena Ravovic. She is what is known as the High Priestess of Rava among humans. So think of this as the human representative for Rava in Zobek. You see, she smiles at you all again as you're kind of like standing there trying to figure out why you've been summoned. And Archgale begins praying a bit here. She will say, "Today is one of the high holy days when the Gear Goddess herself inhabits the Clockwork Oracle and makes pronouncements to a select few. Word soon gets around that the Oracle is ready to speak, and as you can see, we are inundated with supplicants. As priests of Rava, our role is to determine who is worthy of an audience. Shortly after midnight last night, the Clockwork Oracle awoke, word into activity, and produced this." And you see she hands you a long, narrow strip of paper with your names neatly printed on it.
Let me see that. Holy
Uh,
shit, my name's right on there.
Big deal. It can print names. What does a clock know of wisdom?
Are there any other names on it, or just ours?
Just yours.
I don't know, but my name's on there.
And I hand it to you.
What, do you not know how to read? And I'll read our names.
Hey,
Oh, you actually don't know how to read, do you?
never mind. How do you make all these automated things?
You see she gives you a soft smile and says, "To explain the intricacies of Gearforge craftsmanship would take longer than I have, I'm afraid."
Yeah, I bet.
I'm kind of with Vigo on this one. Isn't it a machine? Won't it print whatever you tell it to do?
No, as I've explained, our goddess, Rava, has inhabited the Clockwork Oracle. It is printing according to her divine will.
So what does she want with us?
You see she smiles once again. "This scroll appeared in the oracle's mouth. We found it coiled up, resting on its wooden tongue. We asked around and learned that the names belong to the valiant adventurers who recently put an end to the evil plots of the Blood Sisters and their ghoul allies beneath the city. Now, Pius has brought you here to speak with the Clockwork Oracle, as it seems it has something it needs to tell you. Come, follow me and hear what it has to say."
I'll grab onto Grim and I'll whisper, "Do you know what this means? Do you know what this is everything, Grim? I can't believe this is happening."
Honestly, I'm kind of curious. You okay? Like, come on. Yeah. A machine talks?
We gotta talk to the Oracle. Well, it's not just the machine, it's the god through the machine. It's, it's, I don't know what to say.
I'll chuckle.
Great RP
The wiz-
Archgale, inspiration to Archgale.
I already have. I still have mine.
Damn
Well,
humans.
feel free to grant it to somebody else if you like.
Exactly. Or Braddock can have it. He spent his, I think, right?
I did the last time, yeah.
All right, there you go.
Braddock sort of saddles up to Vigo. I'm kind of with you. A machine made by man, somehow controlled by God. It all seems a little fishy, doesn't it?
Yes. And to dole out wisdom like it's some forbidden fruit. Wisdom is out there for all of us.
I'm with Archie. I can't wait to see this. This is crazy. Unnatural.
Zach, where do you stand on this?
I'm just fascinated to see what happens.
It is nice to get a little recognition for our deeds, though, I will say.
I think it'd be great if we walked up and see what he has to say, says Barnaby, in case you couldn't notice.
I could tell that one. All right, if you guys are willing to follow Lena, she will take you down a short flight of steps beneath the pulpit to the inner sanctum that holds the Clockwork Oracle. And as you follow her, you hear the door behind you open once again, and you see Pius returning, and he just kind of filters in at the rear of your group. As you enter that area, the sharp tang of metal and oil fills the air of the cramped, low-ceiling chamber. The back wall is covered in silver dials and actuators, golden balance wheels, and bronze pistons and gears. Together, these components form a giant face. The oracle's mouth opens and it speaks in a rasping, mechanical voice. They are here. Good. The clockwork oracle falls silent, apparently waiting. Lena is going to lean over towards you and say, you should try asking it some questions that you want answered. Normally, it will only answer one question from each supplicant, so consider your words carefully before speaking. Then again, this whole business is rather odd, so perhaps the usual rules do not apply.
I elbow Archie with one strong, confident push.
What, what do I say? I never thought my whole time here. There's so much to ask. But maybe someone else should go first.
What do you want?
And you see the voice moves once again. The ghouls are stirring in their tunnels beneath the earth and will soon rise. They must be stopped, or Zobek will be merely the first of many to fall.
Yeah, see? Archie, it's not that hard.
I'll walk up. How do I stop the ghouls?
Once again, you see the face moves. Recover the holy robes of Sister Adeland. Use it to stop the Dark Wedding, then defeat the leader of the ghoul uprising.
Do I recognize that name?
Sister Adeland?
Yes.
Give me a religion check.
I'll use inspiration on that.
Okay. You do. Sister Adeland was a shield maiden of Sif who fought against the undead of Morgau at Jarosburg in Krakova, slaying the notorious vampire lord Otmar the Sallow before dying heroically in battle 10 years ago. She has since become a symbol of hope and defiance to those who stand against the vampires and has been declared a martyr by Queen in exile Ursula of Krakova.
Where did we find these holy robes?
Seek the robes in the fallen kingdom of the mermaid.
Not sure if I'm liking where this trend is going. Where would we find the fallen kingdom of the mermaid?
There's no answer from the oracle to that question, but you notice Lena looks at you and just gives you a soft nod and giving you the impression that she may be able to tell you this once your speaking with the oracle is concluded.
I don't know how to use this thing. Hopefully I didn't waste my turn.
So I don't have a job. Is this like pay well if we do this?
You see the mouth moves once again. Fate has decreed it.
Where is the dark wedding taking place?
There's no response.
I like where your head's at there, big man. Getting paid is pretty important. Fate or otherwise, I'm not sure we're sticking our necks out for this.
I'm sure the church will compensate us separately, especially if it's from the oracle herself.
Braxer raises an eyebrow to Lena.
She looks towards you and says quietly once again, "Is that all of the questions you wish to ask the oracle?"
Who else involved in this plot? How do we know who they are?
No response from the oracle.
What about the counselor lady? Does the oracle know? If they know everything? Does she know the counselor lady's involved? You said her name. I forgot what it was.
Melancha?
Yeah. Is that a waste of a question? I'm sorry.
I'll ask the Oracle. What's Melancha the Vindemix role in all of this?
The Oracle does not respond. You
Yeah.
notice Lena looking between the two of you, like between the Oracle, the mechanics of the Oracle, and back towards your group. You notice then that the Oracle, its gears, wheels, and dials spin around rapidly, whirring, clanking, and rattling for about 30 seconds. Then it gives out a high pitched double whistle and goes dormant. And you see she looks at
Shit.
you with a bit of a sigh. That is all that the Oracle will grace us with at this time.
At least we got some info.
Didn't answer my question. I guess I'm not special for Rava.
You're special to me, little man. Give you a little rub on the head.
Yes.
Little
Thank
lion.
you.
Little lion. That's what you are.
Now that the audience is over, let me bring you back to the previous chamber. When the oracle is not in session, we try to leave this chamber free. Come, follow me, and she will
I
escort
gotta
you.
say, yeah, I gotta say that thing's pretty cool. I can see why people are waiting in line to see it.
You see, she turns back and gives you a knowing smile with a nod. Yes, you can see indeed. And she will take you back to this previous chamber, closing that door. So now you're back in the first chamber with Pius and her. And she says, do you understand the importance of the task that the Oracle has laid before you?
We gotta save the city, apparently.
She
I think it's
nods.
larger. I think it's larger than the city. The Oracle said that Zobek would be the first to fall of many.
So we gotta save the world. Even better.
My large friend here had a very good point. Obviously, how do you put a price on a city? There must be some compensation from the church if we can stop this uprising.
You will notice she gives you a slight frown. Archgale and Zach, since you guys are both locals, I would say you realize the importance of a quest assigned by the Oracle and the consequences of refusing to carry it out. Exile is a certainty, being accosted by zealous Gearforge for sacrilege is a likelihood.
Yeah, we have to do this. Like, there's no options.
You
The
notice
Oracle herself asked us to do this. We have to do it. Otherwise, wow, I'd hate to be on the opposite aisle of from this group.
Lena
may
smiles towards both of you as you say this, seeming very much reassured, and then she says, to ensure the compliance of some of your other team members, we are willing to offer you 2,000 gold pieces as an incentive to undertake this very important quest.
2,000. Well, now you've got my attention. I'm in. Let's do this thing. I love it. What's the plan?
How much up front?
Throw me a persuasion check there, Greg.
Oh shit.
And Grim is rapidly becoming Braddock's favorite team member.
You notice she gives you a bit of a frown and she says, do not think that you are in the merchant square, young man. There is no debating and horse trading here. This is a decree from Rava herself.
I got it.
Does Rava or the church have any items that may aid us? This mission is too important to fail. Anything that you have that could aid us would be greatly appreciated.
You notice she pauses for a moment and she says, I don't even know what might aid you at this time. I don't know what troubles and dangers will befall you on the path. Perhaps I can give you some information for sure, but anything else, I wouldn't even know where to begin. But to the question that you asked before, the fallen kingdom of the mermaid, that is a reference to the electoral kingdom of Krakova, which has since been conquered by the vampires of Morgau 10 years ago, and now it is 1/3 of the greater duchy of Morgau, Doresh, and Krakovar, the so-called Blood Kingdom.
Sounds like we're going on a road trip, boys.
Well, that can't be easy to get into there, isn't that? Isn't that just like an absurdly crazy ask? Aren't there ghouls and vampires everywhere?
Wait, did she say vampires?
You notice Lena nod. I would not send you directly into Morgau or Dorash or Krakovar. Of course, there is other allies that you may find who can assist you in this. The dwarves of the Black Canton of Grisal in the Iron Crag Mountains, they've been battling the undead of Morgau and Dorash for centuries and possess a wealth of knowledge on ghouls and vampires. I recommend that you travel to Grisal and ask the dwarves about the holy robes and where they might be found.
The holy robes of Sister Abilene.
Lena nods towards you, Glart.
So you're asking us to take on an entire ghoul empire.
Not directly, but countering its efforts. Yes, that is what Rava has asked of you.
Okay, when you get hit by these ghouls, like, they paralyze you, and then every hit after that is an automatic critical, right? And you just drop instantly. This is serious shit. I'm looking around like, right? Huh?
Archgale
Yes, sir.
here has the abilities to remove that condition from you should it befall you.
Oh,
2,000.
Well, I do now.
yeah, good point, Braddock. $2,000 is $2,000, right? You know, $2,000 is $2,000.
Plus, it's dangerous. Not all of us might make it back. That means more for the ones of us that do.
That's right. Wait.
You notice Lena looks up at you, Braddock, with through narrow, slitted eyes and just kind of gives a disappointed sigh and shake of her head. She'll move over, though, to this area where she pulls up some parchment and she unfolds what appears to be a map on a table nearby, and she motions for you to get closer. With an old, gnarled finger, you see she points to the map, and I am referencing, once again, the map of Midgard. So on the map of Midgard, if you look at where Zobak is, which again is west of the Margrave Forest, you'll notice that Grisal is on a long road trip to the northwest. She will let you know as she's tracing her finger here that this trip is over 400 miles, and she expects that on foot it would take you somewhere around 18 days to make the trip.
Yeah, we're gonna need horseback. Is that something that you can provide?
We don't have horses that we can give out, I'm afraid. I don't know that horses would even be all that beneficial to you, if I am being quite honest. Much of the terrain is hilly and mountainous. If you were to take horses, there would be several places that you would probably have to dismount and then find other paths through the hills.
What
So
about
we're flying.
or magical teleportation? Is that something the college would have?
If you could convince them to give you that, perhaps, though they are very secretive of their resources.
I mean, saving the world might be a good enough excuse to get a free taxi ride.
You might be surprised how different folks look at things like danger to the world.
Surely we can't be expected to walk, not to mention how long it'll take. Heck, it sounds like a pretty dangerous journey as well. We might be dead before we even get there.
I can turn into a horse.
Okay, Adam, I finally found Zobek on the map. Where did you say we're heading?
Yes, you're going to Grisal, so it's northwest. So if you're on the map, you'll see you're going to pass by Shadow Crag, Oberstenau, Obertal, Silbertal, and the next one is Gunax, and then from north of there is Grisal.
Well, surely that road isn't dangerous to begin with.
It's just long.
And what's that? What's that Grisal?
And Grisal is the Black Canton, the dwarves who have been fighting the undead for centuries.
Ah, okay. I like dwarves, so I'm okay. But we can probably buy horses. But
Is like airship travel a thing in this universe?
Not commonly, for sure. I don't know that you guys would have ever even heard of an airship or seen one.
Okay.
what about your mechanical buddy there, Pius? Maybe he can give us a ride of some sort. Can we hook him up to a wagon?
Yeah, we don't need that guy.
That's a good idea. He looks strong.
I think we should just walk there. At least
Wa-
it's
I mean, we could. I mean, would we know? Is there any like reasonable, faster method of travel other than just asking like 1,000 different items? If there's not, then we can just walk.
I would say that any like magical means you would assume to be prohibitively expensive. Based on what she's explained to you about horses not being ideal, you're not sure that would be even a great idea to even attempt that. So yeah, I would say walking's it's certainly seeming like the best choice.
Okay.
Strike out.
All right. Luckily, I don't have any loose ends in Zobek anyways.
We'll need to stock up with some rations. Who knows how many days we'll be on the road?
Wait, you said 450 miles?
It's slightly over 400 miles, not as the crow flies though. The road is a bit winding, so following the road, it will take you a little over 400 miles.
Yeah, we're gonna be hunting on our own, but there's no carrying 400 miles worth of rations on my back. I'm strong, but not that strong.
Well, there's a
cities
couple
along
towns
the
along
yeah.
the way.
But there's castles along the way. But they're, I don't know.
We should be able to stock up along the way, but we should have a couple days at least.
There's a few towns. Obersteinau is a town.
So a day's worth of rations is 2 pounds. So if you try to carry the whole thing, 18 days, it would be 36 pounds just in ration.
Oh, I have orc math.
I mean, it looks like based on the map, there's at least 3 stops along the way that we'd be able to hit. So I think probably like 5 days worth would be sufficient. It looks like.
Yep, that's what I'll start with.
Yeah, it probably doesn't hurt for me to get out of town for a while anyway.
I need new shoes. These are old from my grandpa. He's dead.
So as you're looking at the map and noticing some of those locations, she will fill you in on a bit more information to help you plan your travel a little bit better. She says Silbertal, that is a ruined dwarf hold. And then there are various abandoned mines that dot the hills and side valleys. So one of those is Oberstenau. That's an abandoned mine. Obertal, that is a city in the Greater Freehold. You might be able to find resources there.
Okay, so it looks like there's like 2 places that we could purchase items along the way. Because I'm also seeing Gun-X on the path.
So-
It looks like it's.
Yeah, so Gun-X is simply a pass. It's familiar, or it's known as like a famous pass, but yeah, it's called the Gun-X Pass, and it divides the road there. It's not like an actual settlement.
Okay. Also, is there? I can't remember. Do rations expire in any way? Like if we have 20 days worth, will they go bad along the way?
Not unless it goes real extreme. 20 days, no, because it's all like dried hard food. So no, you'd be good with that.
Okay.
I think there used to, if I remember correctly, there was like a legend or something somewhere that would tell you what is what. But yeah, on this map, I think it's a little bit challenging to tell the difference. But I know each of those icons. But yeah, that's the information she can give you, I suppose. All right,
Right, let's
are
do
there
it.
any other questions you have for Lena before you take your leave from the Temple of Rava and make any other preparations that you'd like to make before heading off on this overland travel?
Who can wear that robe that we're going to get?
You're asking
I mean,
that of Lena?
Yes. Does she know who's capable of using it?
You see she looks a little bit confused for a moment, and she says, the holy robes of Sister Adeline has not been in anybody's possession and being used, as far as I know, for some time. I assume you're thinking these are magical robes. I don't know much about them, I must say.
Very well.
Well, I mean, I'm sure the dwarfs at Gristle will know because we're going there to ask about it. So
Lena nods.
Very true. All right, let's have an adventure. Get out of the city for a bit, all right?
Back to nature, where we belong.
Yes.
All right. So is it safe to assume that you have everything in your sheets that you need for this travel?
No, we need tents. We need rations. We need what else? That's all I could think of.
All right. So I'm going to assume you guys are kind of chatting as you exit the temple, make your way out to the greater city, and have access to the bevy of all different types of shops and anything you would like to purchase.
I am going to purchase 20 rations for myself.
didn't we find a
Yeah,
bunch of
purchase
rations in the temple? Should we just go try and take those?
I'm not eating that shit. We're rich.
Oh well, yeah, that's fair. Okay.
I already had. I had 10 rations for 20 pounds, right? So I already have 10 rations.
I only had 2, so I'm buying 20 more. So
How
I
much
have a
do
little extra in case somebody ends up needing them. But
how much do they cost?
they're 5
5
silver
silver.
each, so you can get 2 for a gold piece.
So you said 2 for a gold piece?
Yes.
Okay.
And then tent. What's the weather? What type of season are we talking about? Like we got to prepare for snow or hail.
So right now it's basically what you'd consider to be kind of like spring. So a little cooler in the nights, reasonably warm during the day. You don't think you'll have to deal with snow. It'd be like a real freak thing if it snowed in this location at this time of the year.
All right, I think tents are 2-person tents. Who wants to sleep with old Grim?
I will prefer
I
one of the small people because I am large.
I will sleep with the stars above my head.
All right, well, don't be bitching to me if, it gets raining on you.
I enjoy the rain. It cleans my beard.
I have a question about this cantrip I have, elementalism. It says I can create water. Basically, uh, it says a cool mist or a cup of clean water, either in an open container or on a surface. Would that be enough for like me to sustain myself drinking wise as we're traveling?
I would say so. I mean, if you can create a cup every 6 seconds, I don't know how you would need more than that.
Yeah, I just wasn't sure if it was like that. I guess for like the entire party, right? I can just make that so we don't have to worry about like finding clean water and stuff. I can just
Yeah,
create
sorry.
it for everybody.
That was my way of saying that's a dumb cantrip, but yes, by rule, you could totally do that.
Okay, all right.
All right, well, at least I have one tent for us, and I bought tent and rations. Do we need a map?
It might be useful.
Yes, can we take this map at least?
You guys are already back out in the city, but if you had asked her previously, we can assume she allowed you the map. Yeah, it's not going to provide any mechanical advantage. Assume that what you're looking at in the Midgard map website is what she gave you.
All right. Food, sleep, map, communications. That's it. That's the big 4.
Yeah.
That's the big 4.
Yeah, it's very important to communicate when you're out there. Remember, have a travel buddy. Okay? This is a dangerous place out there. Who wants to be my battle buddy?
What does that mean?
That means I'm always looking where you are, so we count noses kind of thing.
I think it would be. I could go up front with you, I guess, Grim.
All right, Archie, I like him. And plus, he knows the Oracle. That's important. All right, you're my battle buddy, Archie.
All right. Just don't be confused if I turn into a big animal.
I'm always confused.
Something we can ride, ideally.
Yeah, we'll see.
Not used to walking this far.
Oh, you get used to it. All right. We leaving now? Back to nature, where we belong.
I suppose so.
And these city walls and ghouls and girls sleeping with dead people. Ugh.
There probably will be more ghouls, just to let you know, Grim.
I will actually also. I will buy 2 more potions of healing. I don't know how long we're going to be on the road.
Yep, you can certainly do so. All right, once you're all prepped and ready to depart Zobek for this overland lengthy travel, just go ahead and type ready in chat so I know you're good to go, and I'll wait to see 6 readies before moving on.
And I just, for Bill's character sheet, I just gave him 10 rations. I don't know if he wants to buy a tent or not. I don't know.
Fair enough. I will assume ready. He's not here, so whatever decisions you've made for him are good enough, right? All right, so you guys depart Zobek then, making your way out into the wilderness, essentially. So as you're leaving Zobek, this is a very large city. You find yourself pretty quickly on the outskirts of the town and moving through nature. So once again, referring back to our Midgard map, you're seeing you're traveling north here. This is going to be a lot of sort of overland travel, and there's not necessarily a lot of exciting things that happen frequently. So what I will say is the first couple of days of travel pass by uneventfully so. The spring weather is holding true. Again, cool in the morning, reasonably warm during the day, mid 60 degrees kind of deal. The nights are getting down towards mid 40s, sometimes a little bit less than that. Those of you that have tents or even sleeping bags, it's not dangerous even to sleep without a tent. So you're finding that the accommodations are reasonable. You guys stop somewhere that seems to be suitable, like gives you a good line of sight around. As you're passing through some of these areas, you're noticing that as the road climbs up further into the hills, it's sort of like a slight elevation, then it keeps going. You're noticing abandoned mines dot the hills and the side valleys. You're seeing the countryside begins to grow wilder. You notice that there are small dwarf holds. So think of this as like homes that are owned by small dwarf couples or dwarf families, or smaller, not hundreds of them clearly, but they seem to be friendly enough to travelers, and they even offer to allow you to stay somewhere reasonably. Think of this as like a small covered area similar to like a stable. They're kind of like allowing you to put you up with hay, that kind of deal. Very, nothing special, but comfortable enough. So this travel goes by for a total of 3 days and into the 4th day before the next event occurs. Is there anything special anybody's doing during this time? Anything that sticks out? Think of this as an RP opportunity. Anything your teammates know during these during these 3 days of travel that sticks out for your character?
Vigo is definitely noticeably more happy and like upbeat since leaving the city. And he keeps pointing out like types of berries that he sees along the road that you can eat, ones that will like poison you and all that stuff.
Okay, excellent. Yeah, doing a little bit of nature guiding.
I assume Grim and I are up front since we're battle buddies. I'll just be looking at tree lines or any kind of places that could be ambushed.
Okay, so you're telling me that that machine with the widgets and the whatnots is like a god or something? And we'll have
Oh,
that
yes.
conversation.
Oh, yes, most certainly.
As we're traveling, like every night when we're camping, the book that we found in the locked chambers, I will like read through that basically every night just to try to get as much of an understanding of this cult as I can and some of their practices and things.
Sure, I would say you definitely find it in an unpleasant read. Many of its chapters and its communications and things inside are very dark and related to torture, some erotic stuff. So it's definitely not good reading. But yeah, you're doing what you can, trying to get through it. All right. If there's nothing else specific that anybody's doing during this time, I'll assume you guys are just, keeping your heads down and traveling as best you can, other than what has already been discussed. So after the 3 days of travel, you're on day 4 now, still traveling north. You pass by that abandoned mine known on the map as Obersteinau. You're only having passed by it maybe 30 minutes past that. When I'd like all of you to give me perception checks. All right, so Glory, Grim, and Vigo, your eyes are maybe focused elsewhere. You're not really paying too much attention. You don't notice this, but the rest of you who did, you're going to notice some shadows on the ground from overhead. And as you look upwards, you can see 2 shapes. They look to be large flying beasts that have individuals upon them. So these beasts are acting as mounts to these 2 folks that seem to be flying upon them. I would say once you look at these clearly, you can recognize them as griffins. And some of you from this area may have heard of individuals known as Griffin Knights. This certainly seems to line up to what you've heard about these individuals. You will see that they kind of swing around you as you're looking up and trying to figure out what's going on. The pair of them kind of do this rotating deal, then land one to your north and one lands to your south. I'm going to go ahead and move you guys to a different map.
Would we know these to be like friendly or hostile type people?
I would say give me a history check if you want to try to determine that. So Griffin Knights, some of them are in service to Zobek, meaning that they're associated with the city. So they potentially could be friendly, but it's not like guarantee, I guess I would say.
Okay.
I'm assuming we were walking north, right? You wanted to put us
Yes.
ourselves in the line and we were walking order? Yeah.
Well, and you guys saw these shadows coming down, or at least those of you that made the perception check. You could move about a bit. It's not super strict, just wherever as they're coming down, where you would position yourself.
Is it dark right now?
It is not. It is daytime.
Okay. Because I cannot see anything on the map. Let me try.
You should be able to see a.
Okay, I
You should be
had
able
to
to see a
cast light.
small square.
I can now that I've casted light.
Really? Okay, one moment. Let me see if this map should have global illumination. Oh, yep. Knew you were right. That was turned off. Let me turn that on.
All right, it's working out. Thank you.
All right. Is everybody good where they are at?
Sure.
Yep.
All right. I'm going to lock the tokens and then remove the slight barrier. And these are the 2 individuals that you see, one to your north side, one to your south side. They seem to be mounted on these griffins. I'm going to put on some, what I'm going to call more up-tempo music, as this seems to be maybe a little bit of a tense situation. The individual to your north riding on the griffin, you see as he lands and kind of moves very, maybe a bit haughtily. You can tell from his face. He's got this steel plate on his helmet down. You see he just flips it up with a twick of his finger, and you see he looks at you and puts a hand on his hip as his griffin is kind of antsy and looking at you and throwing its head back. And you see he looks and he says, "Travelers heading north, I take it. Where might you be going?"
We're on a mission from Raza.
Rava is her name.
North.
Don't even know the name of the gear goddess?
That's who I meant.
He meant Rava, of course. I'm a priest of Rava, actually.
You see he shakes his head. That is disappointing, my orc friend. Disappointing. But I am glad to hear at least one of you pays attention.
Yeah, so
Yeah, kind of in the way. Is
Hey.
there something you need?
Can you give us a lift on your griffins?
No, most definitely not. We are tasked with an important mission here, but I am afraid it is our sacred duty to protect this area and make sure individuals moving through are not up to no good. And as part of that, of course, we are asked to enforce various tolls along this road. Your group, let's see, there are 7 of you. Yes, the toll will be 100 gold pieces.
Do you have any kind of official notarized document saying that?
Certainly do, back in the hold, but I'm not authorized, or it is not required for me to show it to you to enforce the toll.
Surely you've heard of what's going on in Zobek. We were specifically summoned by Rava to do this quest. We should be allowed to pass for free. Fate of the
What
world depends on
quest are you on, Shrouded One?
saving the city from the ghouls.
Give me a persuasion check there, Zach.
Pretty honest answer.
A very important mission indeed. Well, I suppose we can let you pass then. We certainly wouldn't want to hold up anybody who's working for Rava. He looks very closely at you, Grim.
Got it. Thumbs up. Got it, Robert. Yep.
You see he leans back, and then you see he gets a little bit of a smirk on his face as he looks, and you see the woman in the back kind of gives a little bit of laugh too. We were really just looking for a bit of fun. It gets dreadfully boring out here, circling around and looking for anything of interest. We thought your group might give us a little bit of fun spar battle, but, well, it is what it is. You can go on your way, adventurers.
Have a
Nice
good
meeting
one.
you.
Careful now, careful. And you see he turns and you see motions to the woman in the back. Let's go, honey. And you see he starts trotting and leaps into the air, and you see she smirks behind you and does the same, and they both jump back into the air and start flying away.
Well, I'm glad we didn't get eaten by those bird eagle things.
Now, we need 7 of those, right? 1, 2, 3,
Yeah.
4, 5. Let's count.
Yeah, that'd be very, very helpful.
They could have carried at least 4 of us.
One in
That
each
was my thought
talon.
as well, Grim. We need some of those.
Rava. Got it.
Rava.
Okay.
We have so much to teach you.
All right, you guys can feel free to move on this map if you wish. There's not much here. This is essentially if that battle had occurred, just so you guys had something to look at, move around, that kind of deal. But you can think of this as somewhat similar to the terrain that you're moving through as you're making your way further north along these various passes. Again, I'm assuming you're going to just keep pushing on, following the path. Anything special before continuing along this travel?
I guess kind of a mechanical question. How many hours are we traveling a day? Because if we're traveling like roughly 8, I would be casting, mage armor as we're, moving about. Otherwise,
Yes.
I would.
Yep, I'm assuming you're
so-
traveling approximately 8. That's kind of like a typical day of travel.
Okay, then yeah. So every morning, essentially, before we start heading out, I'll cast mage armor on myself with magic initiative.
Okay.
And should we be deducting any number of rations here?
Yes, yep. So since you're not somewhere where you can easily replenish your rations at the moment, you guys have done 3 days of travel, so you can deduct 3 so far. You're going to continue traveling at this point. That misses. You continue traveling, and yeah, it's another 3 days that are going to pass by in total, so you can deduct a total of 6 rations now, or if you already deducted 3, another 3. Before you're making your way into a more rocky part of the terrain. You can see it gets a bit shaky. You're kind of moving up an area. You get through a little bit of a split. The path is kind of a bit split both to your northeast and your northwest. You pause here for a moment, pulling out your map to kind of do a double check to be like, which one of these ways gets us where we want to go. You're trying to deduce this when you hear a rock falls down, click, clack, click, coming down the mountains nearby you, these very large elevated hills. All of you kind of look up, wondering what it is that dropped that rock. I'm going to go ahead and move you to a different map. Once again, here's a very narrow spot. Feel free to put yourself wherever you think you would be here as you stop and refer to your map. This sound, this rock, is coming from your north. Is where it seemed like it kind of came down this little hill.
So we are just walking along, like this is a path, right? Is the way I'm seeing this?
Yeah, so the path is kind of like this, and then it splits this way, and it splits this way. So you're stopping right about here to be like, wait, which way are we supposed to go now? This doesn't make sense, right? And you're kind of looking at the map, and that's when you see this rock falling down this way.
Okay, yeah, I think I would have been on the path.
All right, just doing a
There's-
quick double check to make sure everybody's good with where they're at.
Good.
Good.
All right, I'm going to lock the tokens there. That looks like it was enough time. I'm going to remove this light blocker. All right, everybody should be able to see on this one. This should have dynamic or daylight mode already activated. All right, so as this rock comes tumbling down, and then you're looking in that location trying to see, you're looking there very carefully when you see a very ugly face suddenly pokes over this height of the rock. As it does so, it snarls, and you can see just this spit and slather running down its mouth, and it points down, shouting in Giant, "Get him!" And I know at least some of you speak Giant.
I do.
All
I
right,
do too.
I am going to go ahead and throw you guys into initiative. And once that pops up, as before, those of you that have alert, feel free to adjust if you like.
I'm good.
I'm good.
All right, sounds like no adjustment. Okay, so Barnaby is the first to react as this occurs. Let me go ahead and unlock the tokens, put on a little bit different music, and then Barnaby, take it away.
Bill would literally.
So I'm going to reveal this one. I'm going to reveal this one who is just revealed his head. So I'm going to move him slightly so you can see him, but consider him to have like 3/4 cover at the moment.
How high am I looking? We look up there,
It's probably about 25 feet at that point.
and I can tell from the terrain, like if I go to the left, as we look at this, as we look at the monitor, that looks like an uphill area.
Yes, both the northwest and the northeast are uphill.
All right. Well, there's 10. I guess what I'm asking this. Let me get my pointer. This is generally uphill, and this is more in the valley, right?
No, they are both uphill.
Oh, okay.
They're both walkable, though. You can certainly go that direction. If you tried to go like straight north, for example, you'd be like climbing, mountainous kind of terrain.
He's gonna say, "You tried to kill us," and he is not gonna wait because Brian's playing his character. I'm gonna EB that dude.
Okay, yep, so you're trying to hit this little tiny portion of skin that's over the rock, and sure enough, you do.
That.
Blasting the creature, and it rocks its head backwards.
And he's gonna go a little further back, probably. Bill.
All right, next up we got Grim.
All right. Where's my taunt feature in D&D? I got a javelin. No, I can't hit that. Can I hit that? I'm gonna hit that. I'll pull it. No, my action. I'm putting my shield on. Action, shield on. I'm not like Gale who travels with a shield everywhere he goes. So
I'm so
action,
glad of that.
Okay. Action, shield, and then I'm going to step up and growl at him.
Okay, Braddock.
Try to figure out the. There it is. Alright, we'll take steady aim. And yes, actually, we're going to use Runner Trout. The new. He bought himself a new crossbow, a light crossbow. No, let's see how that steady aim works for that. Ooh, good thing I did.
24 will hit.
And advantage. Yep, so sneak attack is valid. Sorry, that should be a clause 22. Oops, I accidentally still had flanking turned on from the last combat.
22 still good. Oh, okay, yeah, that 20 points of damage. Yeah, that'll rock the creature as well.
Ooh, a couple good rolls in there.
Yeah, indeed. That's why the number was so high. I thought it was an attack roll again.
Yeah, that's a good shot.
Oh, wow. All right. And that'll end my turn.
All right, Zach.
I will bonus action cast innate sorcery, and then I will cast suggestion, and I will tell him to drop his club and walk as far away from us as possible. We are no harm to him.
All right, go ahead and post suggestion. DC 14.
It should be, I think, 15 because of innate sorcery that, and I'll do it again. I forgot to put on the slider. Sorry.
Oh, okay. All right, wisdom saving throw. Okay, so as you cast the spell, luckily it is 15. Yes, you will notice that as it's been struck multiple times, as the suggestion suddenly affects it, it kind of like scratches its head for a moment and then looks down at you and drops its club and starts looking like it's going to move to the north.
We absolutely blasted it, and you convinced it that we were no harm to it.
The power of magic, right? All right, before Archgale's turn. So Zach, did you? Okay, so I'm just double checking here. The range of suggestion was 30 feet. So I think you had plenty of movement here, but you would have had to move to here before you cast it. Because remember, he's 25 feet up. Are you good with that?
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I have 35 feet of movement, so I would have done that. Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
I just saw the token right there. I wasn't exactly sure where he is. So
Yeah,
okay.
yeah, no
then
worries.
he can move back. He still has movement left too. So
And I'm assuming you also said this in giant, right?
Yes.
Okay. All right. So yeah, that does indeed seem to work. And let's see. This is not. Oh, it is concentration. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and there it is. All right, good deal. Yeah, that certainly has seemed to work. All right. So before Archgale's turn, coming up from the hill on the other side is another one of these creatures that makes its way down. As it's coming down, you see it walking kind of carefully as it doesn't want to tumble straight down. It manages to get to here, moving at a slow pace, and then you see with a javelin in hand, it is going to chuck it straight at... So Zach, did you want to move back from there? Feel free to do so. I just put you up underneath there. Okay. So yeah, it's actually going to still throw at you then, Zach. You are the closest at the moment. So here comes a javelin flying towards you. That is going to miss as this large-sized javelin crashes into the ground a ways back from you. Archgale, your turn.
So okay. Well, seeing what Zach does, I'm gonna go ahead and do command. Let me see, 60 feet. Let me make sure I'm within. And you said it's like 25 feet up?
The one that is to your northwest that's barely visible, yeah, he's about 25 feet up. The one that's more exposed, he's slowly coming down. He's only about 10 feet elevated from you at the moment.
Okay, so he's still within range. I'm going to cast command on him. And I'm going to command him to flee.
Okay, command flee. All right, and this is wisdom saving throw. Here it comes. This seems to take effect on its mind. You see its head kind of once again like does this kind of weird, like shaking its head back and forth. This spell does not require that they understand the language that you're speaking. I don't know if you speak Giant or not, but yeah, that seems to take effect, and it looks like it is in the process of turning around.
Okay, and then I will just let everyone know, hey, I cast a spell, don't hit him, it'll probably bugger that up.
Yeah, same with mine.
All right, Vigo.
Okay. Well, I'm not sure exactly what to do then, but you know what? Here, Glory, in case you want to go up that hill, and Vigo's going to reach out and cast Jump on Glory. And then, as his action, he is just going to go up here, and we're going to take the dodge action.
All right, this guy is slowly climbing back up this elevated terrain, making his way north. Glory.
I guess I'll take the dodge action.
Okay, you dodge. All right, before the top of the round, from up the hill, you hear, and then in Giant, are they too tough? Are we running? And it seems to be a bit of confusion on the hill. And folks, we are at the end of our session time here, so we'll go ahead and pause it here, picking up next week and continuing our adventure as you guys resolve this encounter, however many of these opponents there might be, and then continue on your travel to Grisall, hoping to get some additional information about fighting those undead forces. So great session, everybody. Hope you guys enjoyed it. We'll see you all in 1 week.
Sounds good.
Good game, everybody.
See you, bud.